No, I don't have a transition for this. Google suddenly cares about IP theft when it applies to them, I guess. And no one else.
The show is brought to you today by our WAN takeover partner, Thorum. Do I just say their name more times? Thorum? Thorum? Also, our wrap partner, dbrand, our laptop partner, Razer, and our chair partner, also Razer.
That was only 3. One more.
There's one more?
You gotta say the 4th time.
Laptop, chair, and
Thorum.
Thorum again.
That's too many. That's 7.
That's too many.
Take one back. Okay. There you go.
There. Fixed.
We're back. Contractual.
We removed one of the Thorum logos. Now everything's kosher.
Speaking of removals.
Yeah. Big changes at Xbox.
Yeah.
After nearly 40 years with Microsoft, including 12 years leading the company's gaming efforts, Xbox chief Phil Spencer is retiring. Now, before we go any further, Luke, I think, asked the big question on all of our minds before the show started, and I wasn't sure what to say.
I don't remember how I phrased it, but like, what do we think about this? Is this good? Is this bad?
Are we mad? Are we
mad?
happy? I mean, 12 years at Xbox oversaw a lot of Xbox, a lot of really good,
and a lot of really bad.
A lot of really, really, really not good.
Unfortunately, mostly really bad.
Well, especially if we factor in like the recency bias of it.
Yeah.
Things haven't been...
That's the thing that I'm struggling with.
Yeah. Things haven't been good lately. But...
What Halo game came out 12 years ago?
But give me a second here. Because as much as things have been kind of bad for the last little while, things might get worse. So let's get through the rest of the notes here. CEO Satya Nadella announced the departure in a memo to all staff earlier today, thanking Phil for his extraordinary leadership and partnership. Phil Spencer will remain in an advisory role through the summer to support the transition, and Spencer's time at Microsoft saw him working on everything from Encarta. Now that's a name I've not heard in a while. Remember the encyclopedia on CD-ROM? And MS Works in the early years, to the $2.5 billion purchase of Mojang Studios in 2014, which seemed crazy at the time, but ended up being like the smartest thing maybe ever. And their $75 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard in 2023. Xbox president Sarah Bond is also leaving the software giant to begin a new chapter, according to Spencer. Asha Sharma, current president of the Core AI product, will be taking over as CEO of Microsoft Gaming. The look on your face is priceless. You look like you smell a turd. You look like somebody smeared dog shit on your microphone and you just caught a whiff of it.
It's just...
Sharma left a marketing role at Microsoft in 2013, returning in 2024, and away from Microsoft, spent time as Meta's VP of Product and Engineering and later as Instacart's COO. The Verge notes that Sharma is not a gamer like Phil Spencer, but does have consumer experience that should help with leading such a large division of Microsoft. Okay, the memo... Okay, just calm down.
I'm reading the internal memo.
In an internal memo, let me read the memo. You don't read so good.
That is rude.
In a internal memo, Sharma states... Sorry, I'm trying to do it like you.
Oh my God.
In an internal memo, Sharma stated,
I got it.
"We will celebrate our roots with a renewed commitment to Xbox, starting with console, which has shaped who we are." I assume the console. "It connects us to the players and fans who invest in Xbox and to the developers who build ambitious experiences for it." Microsoft's video game revenue dropped by about 10% year to year in the December quarter compared to a 17% increase company-wide, but it doesn't appear that Sharma will be pushing for a short-term fix, stating, as monetization and AI evolve and influence this future, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. Games are and always will be art crafted by humans and created with the most innovative technology provided by us. Matt Booty, previously head of Microsoft's gaming studios, has been promoted to executive vice president and chief content officer under Sharma. So, huge AI background.
I always liked that Phil Spencer was legitimately a gamer.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. While I did think there was a lot of missteps, the naming of the consoles was actually so insanely bad that I think it genuinely significantly negatively impacted sales. And
the brand. It just makes you look like incompetent dunderheads.
Yeah. And like we knew this from Wii U when like a massive percentage of people thought it was just like some add-on thing for the Wii and didn't realize it was a new console. Like you actually need to name things properly. And they just didn't forever. Yep. Which was crazy.
The wildest part is whether it's within the same vertical or even sometimes within the same company, when it's so clear by the overwhelming, incredible success of simply named products that are easy to understand their positioning within the product stack. See, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Simple. iPhone. Okay, there's been a little bit of confusion in there, but generally speaking...
For the most part, they've stayed true.
Yeah, we got the 3GS in there, and we got the X10, whatever you want to call that. There's been the odd, weird one.
They would deviate a little bit here or there, but they'd come back.
But in general, we come back to higher number, more better, easy to understand. And then you'll have Microsoft with just the most bass-ackwards naming scheme that I think probably exists in technology, and then even Apple themselves, where you have this completely indecipherable iPad naming scheme, for instance, where we start getting into like AJ129 model year, whatever. Just put a number on it. My God, just put a number on it, please. Just tell me what generation of product this is, and. Yeah, sorry, I hijacked your point. So there's been missteps, right?
There's been a considerable amount of missteps, but at the same time, it would be really reassuring when like you'd hear that story of people that were like trying to camp him in Fallout 76, and he'd just like fight back. Like it was like, okay.
I could kind of feel like he's one of us.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And it did feel like while there were missteps, he was probably trying to steer in the right direction. I think. Maybe.
I mean, there's been some
really big missteps.
Really big missteps. I mean, I don't think Game Pass is ultimately turning into what we were sold. We were sold an incredible value. And I think we're getting is you'll own nothing and be happy.
Can I make a really weird take here?
I mean,
I don't think Microsoft intended Game Pass to be what it is now. I think they wanted it to stay cheaper. I think they wanted it to do a lot of things. And I think user behavior wasn't exactly what they expected. I think developer behavior wasn't exactly what they expected. And I think their franchises didn't do what they expected.
That's fair.
I think they thought...
See
Starfield. Like I looked into, what game released the year Phil Spencer took over. It was Master Chief Collection. So it's like, okay, that's not really fair. Terrible, horrible, legendarily bad launch. But same year he joined. I don't know. The next one was Halo 5 Guardians. It's like, ooh. I played that here. I don't know if you remember that, but I had to do a controller review of like the first Elite controller, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I went to Willow and I rented it and then used some Xbox we had here and I played it up in the conference room upstairs over like a weekend just to like play the heck out of the controller. And I remember finishing that campaign and just being like, oh. As like a massive fan of the first 3 games. Halo died because Bungie left, not Phil Spencer, IMO. Sure. If you look back at the history of what happened there, they hired people that didn't like Halo intentionally.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, and I hate to beat this dead horse, but it's kind of like what happened to Star Wars.
It's almost exactly like what happened to Star Wars, because Star Wars did the same thing. They intentionally hired people that did not like the franchise. And they did that because they're like, we're trying to make something different. That doesn't, you can make something different while hiring people that like the franchise.
And here's my worry here. So I mean, Phil Spencer's legacy is absolutely complicated.
Very complicated.
He oversaw incredible innovation. I mean, like, let's not overlook some of the really cool stuff that Microsoft did. They were at the cutting edge when it came to accessible technology for gaming.
Yeah.
Like,
genuinely really amazing controllers.
I mean, I cannot sing Microsoft's praises loud enough for what they did to make gaming more accessible for people with physical disabilities and other challenges. And they really pushed the envelope in a way that couldn't possibly have paid off in money. Maybe it was, the cynic in me goes, well, maybe they only did it because, they were hoping for the positive press around the brand or whatever. But I don't actually think so, because it seemed like a genuine, earnest effort to make gaming for everyone. And I thought that was so incredibly cool. So I don't want to take anything away.
And that cost a lot of money.
Oh, real money, actual real money.
Yeah.
But then there's no question that they just couldn't. It's like they
cooked multiple franchises. They closed studios that made amazing games.
It's like the driver was using one of their controllers with drift, and they just couldn't aim anywhere but down at their own feet sometimes. They couldn't stop themselves from owning themselves.
I'm genuinely not confident that I could get the Xbox models in the right order right now.
Really?
I'm not 100% confident that I could.
I mean, that's not that hard. You've got Xbox.
Yeah.
Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Xbox One.
Okay. And then what?
Xbox One X.
Is that true?
And Xbox One S.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then is it Series?
And then you've got Xbox Series
S and Series X?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, did I get them all? I think I got them all.
I would have forgotten Xbox One, but I mean, if I saw the names, I think I would have gotten that in order if that was correct.
Yeah, it's comically stupid, but I mean, anyway, so back to your point. As complicated as his legacy is, for exactly the same reason that, I don't love non-Star Wars people being in charge of Star Wars.
Yeah,
I don't love non-Silicon people being in charge of Intel.
Yeah.
I don't love non-gaming people being in charge of gaming.
And I'm not saying there's no chance. I'm just concerned.
Well, it's extremely concerning.
I do really appreciate that one line. We're not going to fill it with AI slop. Coming from the AI side of things, they needed to say that.
Okay.
They probably got some PR thing that was like, hey, you need to say this.
But hear me out. In that same sentence, right in that same
As
sentence.
monetization and AI evolve and influence this future.
No. Hold on. Just this sentence. Games are and always will be art crafted by humans. Okay. Doing really good here. And created with the most innovative technology provided by us. What innovative technology? Okay, hear me out.
I've noticed a problem. I like watching a bunch of YouTube, and
that one's for the millennials.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I like watching a bunch of YouTube, and I've noticed that especially a lot of history videos, have started a lot of AI slop showing up. AI generated picture slideshows with an AI voice. And I'll notice like a few minutes in, I'll be like, there's not really breaks between sentences, and like I'm starting to get a little sus. Because AI voices are pretty good when they're really tuned in. and I'll scroll down into the comments, and you try to search, like, did anyone else kind of pick this up? And you Control F for AI, and you get 10 trillion responses because it's like part of different words and stuff. It's I feel like it's convenient that it's just AI.
I ended up on TikTok Tech for the first time in several years because we're doing another trying TikTok hacks.
Like you saw it?
Like I saw TikToks? Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, is that what you're saying?
What?
Are you saying that you appeared on there or you looked at it?
No, I was looking at it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was we were doing another reacting to TikTok tech hacks. And so Adam curated a bunch of like shockingly large popular creators, shockingly popular pieces of content that are just either AI slop with like tens of thousands of hearts, but like bad, like wrong advice that you should never follow, or people who seem to be just as an agent, as a human agent for their AI puppet master, regurgitating AI garbage that is stuff that no one should do. And like, I can't believe how much of it goes to your point, unchallenged or is not easy to tell that it's fake and that it's just garbage.
An interesting thing too is there was a thread on the Reddit, where somebody was like, "Is this true?"
I think you got to say the subreddit, otherwise you're at risk of sounding like you consulted the Google.
Sure, yeah. Sorry, I don't Reddit that often. The subreddit. I only go to ours, and it's not even ours, and that's confusing, and blah blah blah, whatever. Old man yells at cloud.
Nice.
But I went to the subreddit, and and there was a thread of somebody who saw some article that was like, I don't remember. I'm going to misquote it, but like HP abandons Windows or something like that. And they're like, "Is this true?" And it was like, or it was a video or something. I don't remember what it was. But it was like very clearly AI generated junk. It was not true. And the comments like roasted him for it. And I feel like we're falling
doing the right thing.
I feel like we're falling back into shaming people for falling for scams.
No, he did the right thing to ask.
Yeah, this is the worst memory recollection of all time.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing. This man can.
Tell me what happened then. Tell me what happened, huh? Huh?
We should get it doesn't remember. No, I'm good. Don't touch it. I like this one. I like doesn't know. But yeah, no, we need to support each other rather than attack each other for seeking truth in a sea of AI slop. So let's all form an alliance. We'll make a pact that's how we're going to respond to people asking about AI, with kindness and with compassion. Okay, cool, good chat. Why don't we jump into another topic?
Are we done with this one? The conclusion is basically just...
I have no idea. We'll see how it goes, but I don't have it. Honestly, there's no... Oh, okay. No, you know what? We're not done. Because to me, the frustrating part of bringing in a non-gamer is not that I think it's a guarantee that they'll do a bad job.
Yeah.
I'm not a fashionista, but I think that I have done a good job of trusting the team at Creator Warehouse to do a good job of that part of it, while also providing the financial backing and creating an environment that gives them the resources to create quality products. See, I'm more focused on like, how long does it last? Can I throw it in the tumble dryer? You know, these things that I know matter to our customers, and then their job is make sure it like looks cool and is not gonna, you know, it looks professional at the office and addresses the little details that I would overlook because that's not my background.
But Phil being a gamer theoretically helps him understand what our customers want. You being dialed in with the audience helps you understand what our customers want.
Yeah.
I don't know that she is dialed. Maybe she is. I have no idea. But her not being a gamer makes me question if she's dialed into that audience.
So I'm not saying I'm not saying that they're going to screw it up. I'm just saying, would it have been that hard to find a leader who was a gamer?
Doesn't feel like it.
Like, everyone games now. Would it have been that hard?
To me, the main reason why I cringed when it said, like, oh, she came from an AI area in Microsoft, is that just seems to be the path now. Like, if you're a corporate jockey in Microsoft, you're just getting yourself into some form of AI something, because that seems to be the path to everywhere right now, which doesn't seem good. And, you know, maybe this is pattern recognizing when there is no pattern, but
I mean, it seems kind of like a pattern.
it seems likely.
All right, let's jump right into our next topic here.
A sponsor read,
We need to do what?
We got to do the sponsor read
You can
now.
do whatever you want. Where is it?
Down to the sponsor reads.
All right. The show. Oh. No way. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, never mind. Okay, which one? Oh, okay. In 2012, husband and wife Caleb and Steph Martin started a business based on Caleb's passion for making custom rings. And today, that legacy lives on as Thorum. They handcraft wedding bands from materials like meteorite, whiskey barrel, dinosaur bone, and more. And Thorum has recently started to make minimalist watches as well, with Hawaiian koa wood and California redwood. Don't know your ring size? Thorum has ring sizers that come with a 20% discount code for when you're ready to pop the question. And they have over 10,000 5-star reviews. Whether you need a wedding ring, an anniversary ring, or you just want a ring that looks awesome, head over to Thorum.com and use code WAN. Speaking of rings, what is happening right now? Does anyone hear that sound?
Hello, I need legal witnesses for this next event.
What is going on? What is happening? What is happening right now? Something's happening. I was just handed a thing. This is a Thorum box. This is extremely confusing to me right now. I see DMS is here.
What do you think is happening right now?
I think you're getting married.
You are such an observant person. I'm so proud of you.
Are you getting married to me?
I mean, I wasn't
You
originally
shouldn't
thinking
have.
that.
Okay. This has never happened on WAN Show before. Nobody told me I'm so underdressed. Where do I go? What do I do?
If you guys just scoot your chairs back a
Yep,
bit.
you guys
I
are
can
going
do
back.
that. Okay.
Watch out for the officiant. She's pretty critical to the process.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
We need the efficient. Because otherwise it wouldn't be efficient.
You not being aware of what was happening was pretty critical to the process, but your business team is amazing.
I'll go here.
Yes.
Okay, I'm here. Does anyone need this?
Well, I figured you guys are going to hold on to those for a minute.
Okay.
Here, you want to join us in the middle here?
Okay.
Here.
Trying to make some space.
A little bit of shuffling. Beautiful. Yeah, surprise, you're a legal witness.
Lost for words.
All right.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the marriage today. I see it's quite a bit of a surprise. How exciting. But we're gathered at this place to witness the formal joining in the legal state of matrimony of this couple, according to order and custom prevailing, and under the authority given and provided by me by the province. I charge with you both in the presence of these witnesses that if either of you do know of any legal impediment to this marriage, you do now reveal the same. So let DMS repeat after me. I solemnly declare
I solemnly declare
that I do not know
that I do not know
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I,
DMS
may not be joined
may not be joined
in matrimony
in matrimony
to Mochii.
to Mochii.
Let Mochii repeat after me. I solemnly declare
I solemnly declare
that I do not know
that I do not know
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I,
Mochii,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to DMS.
to DMS.
All right. right, the I do's. Do you, DMS, take Mochii to be your lawfully wedded wife, to undertake and to afford the love of your person, the comfort of your companionship, and the patience of your understanding?
Oh, I very much do.
Do you, Mochii, take DMS to be your lawfully wedded husband, to undertake to afford the love of the person, the comfort of your companionship, the patience of your understanding?
Hell yes.
Now you let the couple want to join hands. Repeat after me. DMS, I call on those present
I call on those present
to witness that I,
to witness that I,
DMS,
take
Mochii
Mochii
to be my lawfully wedded wife,
to be my lawfully wedded wife,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
in whatever circumstances
in whatever circumstances
or experience
or experience
life may hold for us.
life may hold for us.
Let Mochii repeat after me. I call on those present
I call on those present
to witness that I,
to witness that I,
Mochii,
take
take
DMS
to be my lawfully wedded husband,
to be my lawfully wedded husband,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
in whatever circumstances
in whatever circumstances
or experience
or experience
life may hold for us.
life may hold for us.
Great. Inasmuch as you have made this declaration of vows concerning one another, let's get the ring, shall we? And the very important rings. Ooh. All right. So
Oh, we need to switch because that
Switch.
one's
Whoop. All good.
let DMS place the ring on the third finger of Mochii's left hand. Repeat after me. With this ring,
with this ring
as a token and pledge
as a token and pledge
of the vows and covenant
as of the vows and covenant
of my word,
of my word,
I call upon those present
I call upon those present
to witness that I,
to witness that I,
DMS,
do take thee,
Mochii,
to
be my lawfully wedded wife.
be my lawfully wedded wife.
All right. Let's do.
Okay.
Let Mochii place the ring on the third finger of DMS left hand with this ring
With this ring,
as a token and pledge
as a token and pledge
of the vow and covenant
of the vow and covenant
of my word,
of my word,
I call upon those present
I call upon those present
to witness that I,
to witness that I,
Mochii, do take thee, DMS, to be my lawfully wedded husband.
to be my lawfully wedded husband.
You'd like to just look at one another and repeat both of you at the same time. In receiving this ring,
In receiving this ring,
I promise and give
I
promise and give
to you
to you
the truth
the truth
the
and
truth
faithfulness
and
faithfulness
faithfulness
of my life and marriage.
of
my life and marriage.
Good. Now, for as much as DMS and Mochii have consented in legal wedlock, have declared your solemn intentions in the company before these witnesses, and in my presence, have exchanged these rings as a pledge of your vows and each other. Now, upon the authority vested in me by the province, I pronounce you as duly married. You may kiss your bride. Congratulations.
Well, we just met, but congratulations.
Congratulations,
dude.
Thank you.
so much. And a shout out
Dude.
to Denise for being such a good sport.
Wow.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Pretty good.
Congrats.
And to the witnesses.
Thank you.
You're
All right.
welcome.
We'll get out your hair. We'll let you resume the show.
All right. Congrats,
everybody.
you guys.
All right, I'm gonna squeeze around.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good.
Oh, I'm taking my box.
For sure.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Actually, sorry. Can you get the photo of everybody there?
Yeah, sure.
Around this side.
Okay, here, let me get the chair out of the way. All right, Sammy, way to go.
Sorry. And we'll get mad at me.
Okay, here, I'll go. Sure, we'll go here.
I won't block this. Sorry, guys. All right. Ready? 1, 2. Thank you.
Fantastic.
All right, congrats.
Congratulations. Bye.
Well, that's the thing that's never happened before.
Does that mean we're all invited to the reception? I think that means you're all witnesses.
Wow. Just so we're clear, like, that was very real.
Oh, that was 100% real.
Yeah, legally binding.
Yeah, we both just fully attended a wedding.
Yeah, that was a real
And
wedding.
so did Dan, and so did all of you.
Yeah, everybody here.
Yeah, first on WAN Show.
That, there has got to be a story here.
It was so hard to not laugh the whole time because I looked over at you and you were I could watch your brain as every step progressed. You'd just be like, really? And then I saw at one point in time, you were like, wait, this is really long for like a bit. And then you're like, wait, does that mean it's real? And then like some step happened and I saw your face just go like, no way. I was watching this like, all this computation happen in Linus's head. And that was so entertaining the whole time.
Wow, that's so cool. I'm very, very honored. I wish I had dressed up a little bit, but nobody told me.
That was the whole point.
Okay.
Yeah. I was supposed to have a dress shirt under my jacket, but then I left it buttoned on the hanger and I only had the ad spot to try to get it on. So I was like trying to unbutton it the whole time, ran out of time, just threw the jacket on.
So
this is my undershirt.
All I saw Sammy come in. I saw Luke start changing his clothes, and I was reading about husband and wife, Caleb and Steph and whatever, and I thought maybe there was like a funny thing that Luke was going to do that involved him being dressed up. Then I saw Dan whip the zoom for the main camera, and I was like, okay, what are we doing?
I had so many cues to hit in like 5 seconds.
Did you not notice?
Was it you on the boom mic, Dan, or was someone else back there?
That was Jordan.
That was, sorry, Jordan Block.
Yeah.
Nice, solid. Okay.
Did you not notice anything about me?
I mean, I noticed you changing. Oh, you're like wearing fancy shoes even.
I have cologne on.
Yeah, I would never in 1,000 years notice something like that.
I thought you would have actually because I'd never wear it.
No.
Okay. All
No.
right. I thought I was going to give it away the whole time. In the pre-show,
You know
kept
what? Yeah,
looking
you
over
did your
here.
hair.
Yeah.
So that was something. But you occasionally do that.
Sometimes
so,
I do that.
Yeah.
I didn't think the hair was going to get
Every
it away.
once in a while it happens.
Yeah. I didn't
The
think the hair was
beard
gonna
is
give it
less often, especially not at the same time. That should have been a clue. Sometimes he'll clean up the beard. Sometimes he'll clean up the hair. Very rarely on the same week.
Yeah. I was trying to hide. I had like color matched a bunch of things. The jacket was hanging there the whole time.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, are they still here?
I think they're busy.
I have wedding gifts.
Yeah, and I didn't get them anything.
The only nice one. Get wrecked, Linus.
What the heck?
Get wrecked, Linus.
Oh man. I can't believe that just happened. I thought this was Chinese New Year.
That's good. That's good.
Was that the scam?
I don't think so.
Like, was that what people? Because when is Chinese New Year? It's soon, right?
I think it was this week.
Hold on. When is Chinese New Year? Oh yeah. It was 3 days ago. It's right now.
Perfect.
Like it's totally Chinese New Year right now. I think, right? Blah blah blah. Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. And that's the beginning of the year of the Fire Horse, which lasts until February 5th, 2027. Celebrations, including Lantern Festival, typically run for 16 days, ending on March 3rd, 2026. So I was like, yeah, this totally checked out. I just didn't understand. So this is why you guys are memeing earlier, because I was all like, so you said something
also
to
in a
Sammy
suit.
about how like, yeah, didn't you set it up? And I was like, yo, he's Korean. What the heck? Anyway.
Yeah.
So does that mean...
I actually didn't know that it was Chinese New Year. I just assumed that we just had these. I know the red and white was intentional, but the rest of it, like, I don't know.
Well, I thought the red was because it's Chinese New Year. Like, that's the thing. That's the
probably
thing.
both, yeah.
I I think that's very funny.
So did Thorum sponsor the wedding?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's why it's a
That's
full
why
takeover.
they said your business team did a good job.
Yeah.
Because there's actually been like a bunch of people in the loop on this for like a while.
What?
Taryn knows. I think probably like the whole business team knows.
Not everybody at the company.
Yeah.
Chewy says this may actually be the most genuine that Linus has been pranked on camera. Every prank on me on camera was genuine, so it's just whether it came across in the edit or not is basically what it comes down to. Like when Dennis was living in my house multiple times, I did not know. I would never fake a prank. That should be a crime. That you should go to YouTube jail for faking a prank.
Except it's like most pranks on YouTube.
That's not okay. All right. So
He's still there? I couldn't find him.
all right.
If you guys want to do another topic, I'll go have a look.
Listen, I will never deny getting teary-eyed at a wedding. It's a very emotional time, and I cannot help but be happy for super cool people starting a life together. It's exciting and it's happy, and anyone who thinks men shouldn't cry at weddings can go f themselves.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
my
know how
hot take
much
for today.
we can or should say, but I'm very happy for them.
I think it's their story. We'll
Yeah.
let them tell the
Yeah.
story in the way that they deem best.
Yeah.
Once they have figured out, whatever it is that, they're doing for right now that is not in the public eye. No, that's not. Stop it. No. I
You
meant.
immediately smiled and looked at me.
No, because
You
I realized.
immediately smiled and
Because
looked
I
at me.
realized. I just meant whatever they can talk publicly about their personal lives when they're good and ready. That's what I'm trying to say. Stop it.
Yeah, sure, man. That's why they left so fast. They're just really excited to go talk about the rest of their personal lives.
Anyway.
Floatplane exclusive.
I mean, it wouldn't violate any rules of the platform.
Technically, no. Well,
Why do you have to think
they'd
about
have
it?
to make it artistic. No, no.
Why are we talking about
Because
this?
the payment processors.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So that's why, lore for some people, that's why for a long time, adult content creators on Patreon would do cosplay. That's why that was so popular for a really long time, was because it was considered art if they could put it under the cosplay category. Oh, there he is. I have things for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna come and see you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congrats, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah, no kidding. Definitely a surprise.
Here, give me, yeah, one second.
Okay, they're off doing stuff over there. While they're doing that, why don't I talk through the cat patch hoodie or something? Or what should I do? Did we do the gamers DLSS topic yet? We did not. Did we do anything yet?
Just the Xbox One.
Okay. Why don't I do like a couple rapid fire things while they chit chat? Steam Deck is getting pretty hard to get right now. Valve has added a note to the Steam Deck page saying that the handheld will be intermittently available in some regions due to memory and storage shortages. I knew that memory shortages were already having a significant impact on pricing, and I knew that storage shortages were coming, but I didn't know how hard the storage shortages were going to hit and how suddenly they were going to hit.
Yeah.
We're working on a $1,000 build video, and Ploof did something that made me very upset that, I worked with him and tried to resolve and couldn't resolve. He used a SATA SSD in a build. I think that's the first time we've recommended a SATA SSD for any reason that in 5 years, maybe? Because there's no reason why it should be cheaper even. Because the part that costs more is the NAND flash. but just, I guess, because the demand is a little lower and the stock is lagging the increases in price or whatever. Right now, SATA SSDs are anywhere from like $15 to like $35 cheaper than an M.2.
Absolutely see it making sense. Yeah.
And for gaming, it doesn't really matter. So our $1,000 build that's coming soon is going to use a SATA SSD. And to be clear, when I say that it made me upset, I don't mean like Plouffe made me upset.
Yeah,
I mean, he did
the reality
something
of the situation
made me upset because we shouldn't be in that position. And yet here we are. Crazy. Yeah, for a boot drive. Yes, Scrappy DP, for a boot drive. And I looked at the config with him and I was like, you nailed everything else and we've got a budget. That's the reality. In a perfect world, would I love to spend another $35 and have an NVMe drive? Yeah, but and I've talked about this before. That's a slippery slope logic that takes your $1,000 computer and makes it $1,200. If you spend another $30 on every single component, you're not adhering to a budget.
And when does that stop?
And real people have budgets, and that's just the way it is. So we have to act like we have a fixed budget. So that's what we're going to do. It's still not quite $1,000. It's like $1,012 or something like that. But $1,012 is $1,000. $1,040?
Yeah, not really. Yeah, it doesn't feel.
That's $1,050. That's not.
Yeah.
That's not $1,000.
Yeah. I think if it was over 15, it starts to feel a little weird.
Oh yeah.
I think 15 is probably the line.
I think you could get away with 15.
I think you get away with it, but it starts to feel weird.
18.
I think 12 is like an automatic, yeah.
When you hit 20, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come
it starts
on.
to get rough.
Because that's like a real bill. You know? Like a $20 bill is like, no, I'm not going to put that in my pocket. That one goes in my wallet. You know what I mean? Like $5 bill, like, yeah, that could be in my pocket. I might even put that in with the change drawer. You know, $10 bill, we're getting sketchy. $20, right in the wallet. No question. No question. Yeah, $20 is lunch. For sure. Is this financial advice? No, not financial advice.
5 goes in the car, 20 goes in the wallet.
I mean, yeah, sure, maybe in the 90s. 5 does nothing for the car now.
No, I think they mean like.
Oh, I thought like to fill your gas tank.
No. I read that comment for 1, but for 2, I think they mean like in the like.
Yeah,
you know.
I get it, in the change pouch.
Yeah.
No, I thought like I remember when money was tight, my dad putting $5 in the gas tank, and I was like, dude, that was in like 1993. Like, not so much anymore. Yeah, sure, on a motorcycle, Chewy, but that's not what we're talking about. Our discussion question for this is, do you think the Steam Machine and or the frame could be delayed beyond Valve's current target of the first half of the year?
I heard the Steam Machine was.
No. It was still, so it was supposed to be early in the first half of the year, but they never actually promised anything other than first half of the year. And yeah, I do think that's possible. If they can't even get enough stock to make Steam Deck right now, like, how are they supposed to launch a new product? Because you're kind of damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. If you delay it, people are going to be upset because you delayed it. But if you launch it and there's no stock and it's a whole scalping situation where, let's say the launch price is $9.99
about that too.
and they're going for $2,500 on eBay, because you know at the beginning they will. Because to someone for whom money is no object, there is nothing exactly like the Steam Machine. Tell me something that completely fulfills the function of the Steam Machine. Go, I'll wait.
Yeah, not that I'm aware of. You could do it. You could make it yourself.
Sure, you're gonna go get an IR receiver, and you're gonna go get like some relay system that's gonna turn on your TV and your PC and everything all at the same time. You're gonna make your own Steam controller with the touchpads with
the controller. Yeah.
What was Buddy's name? We did that collab with recently.
Tough.
He made his own Steam controller alike with touchpads. He made his own touchpads.
Is the controller tied to the yeah, I guess the launch of that probably is.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna work out a way to remotely power on and power off all of the stuff from the controller? Like, there's a bunch of work that Valve did on the integration side of things that is completely separate from just how many FPS does it get. And sure, you could just roll an Xbox or a PlayStation instead, but then you don't have Steam. You don't have, no offense, Microsoft and Sony, but you don't have good pricing on games. So to me, no, there is absolutely nothing that is what the Steam machine is. It's completely unique in the market. And I think that regardless of the performance, there are people who are not going to be playing the most demanding games that just plain f***ing want one and just have more money than sense and are just like, whatever, it doesn't matter. Or I shouldn't even say more money than sense. They might just have more money than they care about. And they're just like, forget it. I don't care. I will just buy it. I mean, I've bought stuff that's a bad value before. The work that I'm doing on my motorbike, it's a terrible value.
Yeah.
I could have bought a brand new motorbike, and instead I'm going to be riding around on a 2003 with a paint job. That's insane. It is. Objectively, it's crazy.
Yeah, kind of.
But I love the look of it. I have a lot of memories on that bike. It's my first bike. It's still enough for me. It's 650cc. It's really comfortable. And I did the paint job myself, which I think is super cool. So I'll be like ripping around on my own paint job. Tommy B. It was Tommy B who did that Steam control. Super cool. So, sucks. All right. What do you want to talk about next? Should we do the other big headline topic?
Yeah, let's hit it.
Let's do it. You guys might not like to hear this, okay? But I need you for one moment to just grab that and just...
What? A chill pill?
Just take it and calm down. Go ahead.
Gamers overwhelm... See, I don't even... We'll get into it. We'll get into it. But just listen to the title. Gamers overwhelmingly prefer DLSS over FSR. In a 3-way blind test over 6 games, German tech publication Computer Base's readers overwhelmingly found DLSS 4.5 upscaling to have the best picture quality over FSR or native rendering.
And that last one, that's the bombshell.
The native rendering is the the games used for this test was Anno 117, Arc Raiders, Cyberpunk 2077, Horizon Forbidden West, Satisfactory, and The Last of Us Part 2.
Now that is also another huge bombshell. These are not just like ashes of the benchmark or like, or even Cyberpunk, like games that are just overwhelmingly optimized for because they're the traditional showcase games. And these are showcasey games, beautiful games, pretty much across the board, other than maybe Satisfactory. But these are real games that people are playing. This is not like contrived.
Yeah, and all those real games are ran at 4K resolution with upscaling set to quality. Videos were played to readers in Nvidia's iCat player, showing game clips rendered in DLSS 4.5 FSR and natively side by side. This is it's a video.
It is, but if anything, to me, that is a disadvantage to DLSS.
It could be.
Because DLSS, when you're actually using it, remember, we're talking DLSS upscaling, not DLSS frame gen, right? So there's no latency drawback of DLSS upscaling. If anything, the latency will be better because you will be running at more FPS because you're rendering at a lower resolution than upscaling it through machine learning.
It's just a weird note.
It is.
Respondents could indicate whether they preferred or answer equivalent. So they could be like, they're all the same. DLSS won in every game with an overall result of 48% of votes from a pool of 6,747. Native rendering was also preferred over FSR in every game with 24% of the overall vote to FSR's 15%. That doesn't... So
15% of people preferred FSR, or 15% of votes were for FSR, 24% of votes were for native, and 48%.
Oh, there it is. 12.8% of the responses were equivalent between the 3 categories.
So just doesn't care. Yeah. 1 out of 8 gamers was like, whatever.
Whatever, dude. Responses weren't ranked. Respondents only voted on what they thought was the best video.
Now, if these were closer, okay, if it was like, 20...
Yeah, the 48
30,
to 24% gap.
25 and 25. Like, I'm looking at it going like, okay, well, you've obviously got a bunch of normies who literally can't tell the difference, and then a bunch of other normies who literally can't tell that FSR doesn't look as good as native, right? I'd be ready to be pretty dismissive of it. But the sheer volume of voting and the overwhelming preference for DLSS is kind of mind-f***ing right now. Like, seriously.
There is a lot of variables that hold. It was a video that was played, all that kind of stuff. But are you surprised by the results?
No.
Yeah, that's the spicy part of this I was waiting for. Is we can nitpick how the how the thing was done. We can nitpick the science. And I'm sure there's lots to be done there, as there is with everything ever. But I'm not particularly surprised by the result.
Have you tried it yet?
No.
Is your
4.5?
gaming machine
No.
up and running?
It is up and running, but I've not tried 4.5.
You're on 4000 series, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can run it. I think you have a 4080.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You should try it. Like, immediately. Are you afraid to like it?
A little bit.
I was too.
But not because of like external perceptions.
Like, it's kind of like the first time that you try it with no.
How?
What
No,
kind
I
of
don't.
face?
I don't think at all. my thing is that I'm worried about.
I guess you knew you'd like that.
Yeah. My thing that I'm worried about is what this will do to multiple industries.
Oh, which
That's
industries?
more what I'm worried about.
Hit me. I'm ready.
Gaming
I'm ready.
and hardware.
I'm ready. I mean, the hardware, it's already happened. Like, Nvidia set this course years ago, not just when they launched the 20 series. They set this course when they started developing the 20 series.
Yeah.
So this is like 8 years ago or like 9 years ago or something. Nvidia.
That's really fast for this level of impact.
It is?
Yeah. 8 or 9 years for this level of impact is wild. Like, that's actually very wild. You look at almost any other comparative industry.
However, it's also like damn near clairvoyant when it comes to seeing where the winds are blowing within the tech industry and getting it this right when it was in such early stages of development at that time, when the hardware didn't exist, when the software tools didn't exist, when it hadn't been embraced by game developers. You got to give them credit. They nailed it, and now everyone else is playing catch up. Whether you like fake frames, whether you don't like fake frames, AMD and Intel are all in on upscaling and frame gen now.
The warden is kind of getting to my point. How are you fellas going to pivot when consumer computing is completely gone in 5 years? This is kind of what I'm talking about. Is like and it's not even just the work, right? We can actually do a lot of different things.
Oh yeah.
Where's a lot of the revenue coming from these days? That stuff. So like, that's a little bit of it, but I'm worried about the hobby I've had for literally my entire, the memories that I have of my entire life is being interested in this hobby. From before I was interested in this hobby, I don't remember anything. Like there's like, it's been forever. And then there's what this will continue to do to the gaming industry. Gaming industry is in a really weird spot right now, and I think this doesn't necessarily help.
So, hear me out. We've had this conversation before, but it always felt kind of like, sci-fi and maybe someday and blah, 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 blah. And it always seemed kind of easy to dismiss. But I feel like it's time to have it again. If someone, say Microsoft, built a gaming experience that simply wasn't possible with many clients all over the world connecting to a central server to exchange game data. If they built a gaming experience that could only run on the big iron and that you remote into and it beams frames to you, like I know we've had massively multiplayer worlds, right? But I'm talking like a massively multiplayer world where it's just not even possible to run it on the client side anymore. Could you be convinced in this hypothetical, universe scale game where everything is physics based and everything's persistent?
Man, what happened to physics in video games? Anyways, that's a different topic. But keep going.
But let's say that by having like enormous banks of AI servers and crap, they could model and simulate the world in a way that just wasn't possible to render locally.
Yeah, I mean, the more interesting part to me is the anti-cheating that comes with that. Yeah.
Could you be convinced to cloud game to play that? Like, let's say it was a game that had a moment like Arc Raiders is having right now. Would you just be like, let's go? Would you be sad? Like, tell me, walk me through it.
So far, I've resisted. I haven't joined any of the subscription things. I haven't joined.
Oh, because it'd be a subscription.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because you're running on their hardware at that point.
Yeah, it'd like have to be.
Yep.
So I haven't joined Xbox Game Pass or the Ubisoft service or EA's thing or anything like that. Even when it like probably made sense. When I'd be like, okay, there's some new shooter coming out.
Yep.
Maybe it doesn't even have a single player, or I don't really care about the single player for this one.
Yep.
And, I know my friends are only going to play it for like 2 weeks. So, like,
whatever.
Really? Every single time, if I'm going to play that game, I've bought it. I have not joined the subscription services. I don't know at a certain point when there is no longer an option, which is the reality you're describing.
Yeah.
I don't know necessarily what I do there. I think there's definitely a lot of interesting aspects. The anti-cheat is very interesting. Would you still be able to cheat?
Absolutely.
Yes. But the level of cheating would decrease, and at least at the beginning, the barrier of entry would increase.
Using machine vision to read a screen and literally a robot arm to move a mouse and operate a keyboard.
Oh, you can still digitally send inputs.
There's nothing. I just mean that's sort of the ridiculous lengths to which we could go,
and people have
gone to make something that is completely undetectable by software.
But you could say because you
can
still read a screen and then snap to a head, but then like you said, still detectable by things, etc.
So like you will never be able to completely eliminate people who are determined not to play the video games that they pay for.
But I think it would make it so that it's not like one per freaking lobby like some games are right now. So like that is kind of exciting, but I don't think I'm romanticizing this. I think I'm always going to have a computer. There's like I spent it's kind of funny during the reno. I spent the longest period of time in my life since I touched a desktop without touching a desktop, because at work I had a laptop. And I would take that laptop home to, most of the time continue working, but also like if I play games or whatever, anything I did on a computer was on a laptop for a while. And then I got my desktop back, and it like shouldn't matter when you're connected to a dock, but like it does, and I don't know why.
It does. They're just not that fast.
I don't know what it is.
I daily a laptop right now for work. I don't have a work desktop right now, and I haven't for like 6 months. And there's just
something about it.
Like I went to
being a big box on a desk, and I don't know why.
No, they're just I don't know. Yvonne,
desktops just feel like they work better.
Yvonne always would talk to me about this, and I kept telling her it was her imagination because it doesn't make any sense. But she'd be like, "Yeah, no, laptops wear out. They just like don't work as good after a while." And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense because
anecdotally,
it's like it just kind of seems to happen. Whether it's the way that these mobile chips have a tendency to be very bursty in their performance or whatever it is, like they just I don't get it. Right now it's an EliteBook X. An EliteBook X G1A. It's a Strix Halo, so it's like a $4,000 laptop that I would never buy, because there's like things about it that are like broken level of stupid. Like it has by default the screen ships at 40 hertz. Yeah, I know, right? You can turn it up to 60.
What is it? An engineering laptop or something, or like what?
Like an engineering sample?
Why would it have a Strix Halo and a 40 hertz screen? Is it?
It's a
for
work.
CAD
It's
or
considered
something?
like a workstation.
Yeah, okay.
Because it can be configured with up to 128 gigs of RAM, like Strix Halo, tends to do.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out like what configuration ever would someone buy that thing in when it's 40 hertz? And then I was like, okay, maybe it's just for CAD or something, and maybe they don't care. I'm not sure. Maybe they do care.
Like
I feel like if I
don't
was
know.
an engineer, I'd be kind of annoyed that my screen's running at 40
It can do
hertz.
60. It can do
Yeah,
60.
okay. Yeah.
But it's like super dim. Like it's not. Like you compare this to like a top end MacBook right now, and you're like,
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah.
But man, that's Strix Halo.
But yeah, I feel like I'm always going to have a desktop. And if I'm the dude running a desktop off, I can only keep it alive through secondhand hardware because literally no one makes this stuff anymore. I feel like I'm going to be that guy. And does that mean I'm just aging poorly or whatever? Maybe. Maybe when I'm 70 and I'm still keeping my desktop alive, I will be seen as aging poorly.
Yeah.
But I don't think I care. I like my spot. I like having a desktop. I like how it works. And if that's the equivalent of having a Windows 98 machine now, I think that's still fine because I think having a Windows 98 machine now is pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go away because you're not going to be the only millennial left in, 30 years from now. So
I won't be 70 30 years from now.
well, I will. Right there, buddy. Yeah, like I don't.
I'm just saying, like, and I'm giving a theoretical scenario, right?
And there's
whether
there's
it happens or not.
And I think that especially with how diverse the game development industry is even now, and I think will become. I mean, that's something you've talked about a fair bit. This splintering off that's happening right now from the big studios. You're going to have a lot of people who, in much the same way that game developers are spreading up, who are nostalgic for the rich single player, like pixel art, RPG experiences of their youth or whatever it is, right? And are trying to make that but better and more modern. I think you're going to have people making games that are designed to be played from the client side.
There's always the indie space.
Yeah, but and always, yeah, sure, always is a huge word, very loaded. Maybe it won't always, but in our lifetimes, I don't see the desktop completely going away. It might take on a different form. The kind that we use now might not make sense anymore. We're already seeing soldered memory make its way to the desktop, not because it's being crammed down our throats, but because it runs faster. Like the fact that Framework went that route was pretty mind-blowing to me. And the first thing I told them was like, hey, like, this is not that modular. And they're like, look, AMD literally like worked with us on this. You cannot build Strix Halo with memory modules and maintain the performance. And it's not that it needs it for the CPU; it needs it for the GPU, and the GPU is becoming integrated the way they are
In a really weird way.
That happened. We went from that conversation, right, where Intel started talking about, the iGPU on the CPU becoming like very powerful and an important part, and AMD with their Fusion way back in the day, and the CPU and the GPU becoming integrated, and we all went, yeah, but iGPUs are so crap, they're so bad. I feel like it just kind of, everyone was talking about it, and it like definitely wasn't going to happen, and then there was a period of kind of quiet, and then it just
happened.
Here's
a really... How fine is the soldering on soldered RAM?
It's not that bad. Yeah, BGA RAM can be upgraded. A lot of the time, the issue around both that and NAND comes down to like firmware, handling the firmware. But no one is going to build a motherboard that is designed to have the RAM desoldered and resoldered onto it willy-nilly. And so because of that, you're never going to get friendly firmware, even from companies that do have the best intentions. And you can there are boards that allow BGA chips to just be like bolted onto them, but they're for engineering. It's not practical. The interface is way too expensive and bulky.
Just trying to think, like, is it possible that's the return of like repair shops, basically?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And it might not even be upgrading, but it might be replacing, fixing, stuff like that.
Yep.
It'd be kind of neat.
100%. Right. The other thing I was going to say is I think Strix Halo is just the beginning too.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that was most exciting to me about Panther Lake was not, and this is why I think our Panther Lake coverage back at CES was so different from everyone else's, because I was moderately excited to see Intel return to competition in terms of battery life, put out a really good iGPU. Okay, no, I was more than moderately excited for the iGPU. Moderately excited for the performance gains, and they moved some caches around and all that kind of stuff that they tend to do as they make a new chip. But what I was really excited about was the modularity of the underlying platform. Like, they've got all of this stuff that they were talking about for years, like Foveros, is like working. It's in shipping silicon right now. We can just like take out, and they talked about using third-party vendor IP. So the idea, like, holy crap, of getting something like the SoC on the Nintendo Switch, right? With like an Nvidia GPU, but like an x86 CPU, and then like some custom, AI tomfoolery over here and whatever they want over there, and having like a mega chip on something like a framework desktop, like a really compact desktop form factor. That's exciting. Mm-hmm. That's cool. And if they're able to do that, not on a monolithic die, right, but through packaging, then the yields might actually not suck. And the performance benefit of having it all tightly integrated might be worth the cost.
Maybe. Here's an interesting comment from Fartmuncher 69420 in Floatplane chat. Fartmuncher 69_420 says,
nice.
I think enthusiasts will change to running servers inside their house instead of desktops. In my opinion, this is a really interesting comment because...
We've talked about that before.
First of all, we have. Second of all, in my opinion, if you look at like tech media, what is the only thing that like really feels like it's growing right now?
Building like local AI crap.
Homebrew.
Yeah.
Or home lab.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said homebrew, but yeah, home lab. Like and doing things like that. And that's a big part of the reason why I think it's growing. But also people are looking at like, oh man, like I've been mulling over this particular thought in my head for a while now. It's this like, I'm not trying to be a gray man. I'm not trying to
a gray man. Is that a thing?
Gray man, yeah, where you like blend in with the crowd and like you can't like you're all tactical, but people can't tell. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to like hide from the government, whatever. But there's also like, I don't take a picture of my junk every time I go to the washroom and send it to you. So why should I share all my private things with Google and everybody else?
Right.
So like there's people that are like, all right, there's a certain level of invasion of my privacy that is just like, dang, dude, maybe back off a little bit.
Right.
So I think people are trying to split off from certain major services, not out of, again, like
paranoia.
Oh my God, I need to be ultra tactical.
Sure.
But it's just like, whoa, like this is actually too much. I should probably own a little bit more of my data.
Dude.
I think these two things are happening at the same time.
We did an AMD Ultimate Tech Upgrade. I guess we shot it a couple of weeks ago for Nate, one of our guys at Creator Warehouse. Did I talk about this last week?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we shot an AMD Ultimate Tech Upgrade, and one of the things that he wanted was a NAS, which is like, yeah,
sure.
That's a thing that comes up on these AMD Ultimate Tech Upgrades. But the difference is that Nate doesn't really do any video editing, doesn't really want a Plex server. He doesn't do the stuff that we typically think of people wanting NASs for. And this was really cool and very exciting investment disclosure in Eshtek. But they have gotten to the point where what he was after was quite literally a matter of like maybe 10 clicks to get image set up on his, remember, HexOS is based on TrueNAS. So the underlying system is TrueNAS, ZFS. Good stuff. And he was able to get it set up with their pretty dashboard, get image installed and syncing from his phone in like, I kid you not, about 10 minutes.
Nice.
With no trial and error and no BS. And that was what he wanted it for. He had a kid recently, and he just doesn't want to upload to a cloud service.
Yeah.
Because there's a freaking limit.
Yeah. Like it's really not it's not edgy. So like you hear these stories, it's oh man, this is gonna make conspiracy theorists like so I'm not gonna say the word for it, but
Wet in the panties?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Did I help?
But it's not
why are they feeling like that?
it's not fear of the unknown, it's knowledge.
Did they see someone who's pro-consumer?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus can't help you where we're going, brother.
It's not fear of the unknown. It's knowledge of what's happening widely, right? Like this is an old story, but you hear about the Tesla stuff where they were like sharing videos from inside of people's cars for fun on their Slack. Like this is happening. We have accepted that even if a company is like morally perfect, well, they're going to get hacked anyways. Like if your data is just publicly out there, people are going to get it. People you don't want to have it will have it eventually. And it's just like, okay.
Realistically, most people, probably not that important.
Yeah. But
it kind of doesn't
maybe
matter.
I still don't want someone seeing it.
Maybe that just sucks.
Yeah, maybe that's actually an irrelevant part of this conversation.
And maybe we could just not that.
Because I know that gets brought up too. And it's just like, dude, whatever. That doesn't mean I want, I don't know. Just owning your own stuff, I think, is shifting from paranoid people and hyper enthusiast land
to normies.
To this is actually just kind of normal now.
Dude, I think that as cool as it was investing in Framework and as many good business decisions as I've made for LMG, and mistakes, the investment in Eshtek and the timing for HexOS is going to end up seeming like clairvoyant when they get their product out of pre-release. And like, dude, the timing. Like, I think they're aiming for...
Sorry, I'm going to jump in while you find that. Dark Guy said, AI being trained on your junk for AI porn. See, this is part of my problem, though, is like, you hear stuff like that, and it's like, okay, maybe. I think he's probably joking. But I've heard more recently that apparently one of the ways that they prey on women is they look for when you delete a bunch of selfies. Because it shows like a low self-esteem moment. And then they'll target you with ads for like makeup and cosmetic surgeries and stuff like that.
Seriously.
That is and it's so just like,
fucked up.
Maybe I'm just going to host my own photos and you can actually off. I just don't actually want you involved with this at all. So there's a certain level where it's like, you're doing stuff with this information that is just not okay. And like that's, self-esteem issues in men and women are a problem, but I think it's pretty well known that like negative emotions and negative thoughts and self-esteem issues like that are much more heavily present with women. And it's just like, I don't know, get out of here. So if I can help solve that by like hosting it myself, okay, maybe I'm going to do that now. Because I'm tired of this stuff, and I think a lot of other people are tired of this too. I think Instagram was doing that too. Yeah, I don't necessarily know.
So here it is. Q1 of 2026. By March 31st, 2026, we will have 1.0 of HexOS, which will include the local UI that people were rightly upset wasn't initially planned for the launch Q1 of this year.
Yeah, and like that's awesome. And if you don't want to go that route, there's tons of other routes as well.
Yes, lots of other options. What I love about this one is the philosophy of making difficult and secure and robust simple.
But if you decide you're going down this route regardless, you can go that route and skip the steps, or there's a
free
massive,
ways.
extremely vibrant community around doing it for free as well.
Yes.
Level 1 forums is really good for it.
Yep.
There's stuff on the Linus Tech Tips forum.
Lots.
There's stuff on Reddit everywhere. There's tons of YouTube creators. There's tons of people all over the place that would be more than happy to help you solve these things. The Discord age verification thing, people are posting about that as well. Like this is just another example of like, this to me is very clearly within the law mass data harvesting. And it's just everywhere now, and it's just too much. Just tired of it.
I think
I don't have much more to say on top of that.
I think having your own NAS is going to go from a thing that weird pirates do to a thing that just is like a normal thing that people should do if they care about their privacy at all.
I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe I'm being too in our own bubble about this, but I wouldn't be surprised if in a certain amount of time it's like weird if you don't have some form of your own owned large storage.
I mean, it's going to get hard with what was it?
Hard drive
What
prices.
was it WD who said all of their
2026, yeah.
hard drive? Yeah,
I
okay.
think it's only in a bubble there.
You know
yeah,
what? Let's
probably.
jump right into this topic then. Hard drive capacity for Western Digital is sold out for 2026. WD's CEO revealed during a company earnings call that they're pretty much sold out of HDD production capacity for all of this calendar year, with firm purchase orders from their top 7 customers. WD has also signed long-term agreements, LTAs, with 2 customers that extend into 2027 and 1 into 2028. This demand is driven almost entirely by AI data centers. Cloud revenue now accounts for 89% of WD's total revenue, while consumer revenue has shrunk to just 5%. Let's take a moment and wrap our brains around that. And obviously, it doesn't quite work like this. But at the Western Digital factory, okay, as the drives are rolling along the conveyor and dropping into the bucket at the end of the conveyor, those drives, they're all done now. 1 out of 20 is destined for a consumer. What? 19 out of those 20. So for every hard drive you see in a consumer system shipping today, 19 more are going elsewhere, with 18 of them headed to the data center, to the cloud. Hard drive prices have already surged nearly 50% in the last 5 months, according to Tom's Hardware, following a similar pattern to RAM and NAND, which are also in shortage because of the current AI build-out.
Yeah, I figured this out unintentionally. I was trying to help someone configure a build, and the performance, was not very important. So I actually recommended the core most important thing was hard drive. So I recommended to get a hard drive. We checked the used market because, of course, and I was like, oh, everything's really high. I feel like these are just like people expecting too much value because the used market around here is
I know what I got.
Is not, yeah. The used market around here is not always super vibrant for everything. So it's like, okay, let's jump on stores because I've seen literally during Scrapyard Wars, where it's actually cheaper to just buy a new drive sometimes, which is whack.
Yep.
But that has happened.
It's a thing.
So okay, let's just jump on the stores. Then I was like, what is going? Why are the hard drives so expensive? And then I started diving into things, and I was like, oh no, it's coming again, isn't it?
I found 3 WD greens, 2 terabytes each, from just to give you some idea of how old they are. They have archived footage from when we were at the Langley house on them. They were the old cold storage drives.
Yeah.
So each of them only has, I think, around a few dozen power on and off cycles and a couple hundred power on hours. I bet those are worth close today to what they were worth then.
Which is so messed up.
Completely wackadoodle.
Oh. Dan, chime up. Say it.
Yeah, sure. I didn't want to interrupt.
No, but
Yeah, my NAS is they're nearing their 5-year kind of scary age.
No.
And I have 15 terabytes in there.
Oof.
I'm gonna be poor.
how much is that going to run you right now?
Oh my God, Luke.
Please check.
Luke,
I'm working on it.
I have
a WD Green is worth $80 for a 2 terabyte. That's nuts. Okay, so no, they're not as bad as they would have been like 12 years ago or whatever, but that's too much to be paying for a 2 terabyte drive.
You said 15 terabytes, Dan?
Seagate Barracuda is what I have in there right now, or Exos, something like that.
Oh, God.
They might be the same thing.
HexOSs were like kind of cheap for a bit. Okay. In fairness, 4 terabyte drives are around the same price. Here's one from Seagate for $90.
No, he needs 15s.
No,
I'm
no,
not
I know.
really seeing
Sorry, I'm just
15s.
talking about those stupid greens.
Is this a phase where you would expect to upgrade? Or are you looking for 20s?
If there's 20s, I didn't do the math recently because power on hours weren't getting too crazy, but like, I got to think about it. I was looking at SSDs and remortgaging my left kidney.
Yeah, that's...
So yeah, 18s for like a red Pro NAS drive is $400.
That's probably cheaper than it used to be.
I'm seeing $400 to $700 depending on the models.
Yeah, that sounds about the same.
But I'm
as-
also not seeing 15s.
The sweet spot seems to be a little higher than 15 right now. The
it's
20,
about 20.
The 20 terabyte is 420. Nice.
Okay, so I'm fine then. Sick.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You're good.
You're buying 15. How many
Five.
of them?
Five of them.
Five of those?
I mean, that's still...
That's still $2,000. And this
Yes.
is US dollars, sir.
Oh, okay. That's because I remember paying about $400 a drive 5 years ago.
Yeah, sorry, brother.
Canadian.
I'm seeing on the Canadian site, I'm seeing Iron Wolf Pro 20 terabytes for $600.
Okay, that's not that far off. He's getting 30% more capacity for about 30% more. It's not better. It's not like it
Iron
used to
Wolf
be.
Pros too.
It's
Pretty
not
good
like
drives.
it used to be.
The price was always the same.
Where the price would always go down per gigabyte. But we talked about this. It keeps coming back to that bloody video I made where I was like, YouTube Premium should cost more money or whatever. What was the
I don't
premise
remember
of that?
the title.
But basically I was like, hey, look, you got to understand, Moore's Law is dead. The law of storage being cheaper is dead. This platform costs more and more and more and more to maintain. The more people use it, something's got to give.
Well, it looks like I'm not as homeless as I thought I was going to be.
Just a little bit.
John McGee, 1996, asks, is this going to get worse or is there any indication of balancing out type of situation? Hold on, just give me 1 second. You can't see it, but this is just going to polish my ball here. Going to gaze into it.
Consult the orb.
We're going full gaze here. I don't know.
I thought you were going to give some whole impassioned speech about trying to tell the future and stuff.
Nope.
And then, I don't know. That was good.
Like, and the thing is, obviously, I was kicking myself for not just stockpiling a bunch of DRAM, right? But I've been in this industry for so long. Do you know how many times I've heard the DRAM's going up, it's going up, and like what, for a month or two, it'll trend up for a little bit, maybe for a quarter or two. But it always comes back down because at the end of the day, it's people who, they earn their money working on all the forecasting for all this crap years in advance that mostly have done a pretty good job over the years of predicting where demand and supply is going to go and making sure that they're striking a balance between maintaining the profitability of their fabs and also not oversupplying or not undersupplying the market, making sure that they can supply all of their big customers, including direct to consumers. And I don't think there's a precedent for them f***ing it up this badly. Nobody saw this boom coming, and there is no quick fix. There's no let's just, I'm trying to think of a game where you were built. Yeah, Anno. There's no Anno just plopping down a new fab, and then you run a little road to it, and now the supply chain is fixed. It just doesn't work like that. So I don't know, because the bubble could pop. And if the bubble pops,
all these purchase orders just be sitting there.
they, as far as I can tell, they like, what are you going to do? Like, what's that famous saying? If you owe the bank $1,000, you have a problem.
If you owe the bank, if you have a loan from the bank for $20,000, that's a you problem. If you have a loan from the bank for $20 billion, that's the bank's problem.
Yeah. And
it's not
so
the exact quote, but something like that.
Something along those lines. And in the same way, like if this whole thing just crashes, there's literally going to be no one to, fulfill this $1 trillion RAM order, or, whatever magic on paper money has been exchanged in advance, or whatever commitments have been made. So if anything, there will be a huge crash in the pricing of this stuff, and it'll be a free RAM for all. But when that will happen, I have no way of knowing. If any, from my point of view, and I'm not a finance guy, right? Like I'm a tech nuts and bolts guy. From my point of view, we should have all figured out that this is not going to result in the kind of revenue generation that would justify the investment that's going into it ages ago. We should already be there. So I'm just sitting here going, well, can I stay solvent longer than the market can stay irrational? The answer is no.
Yeah, Dan, check your email. Floatplane chat's cooking.
Are they finding him deals?
Mm-hmm.
Four. I think I might actually just need 4, which is kind of nice.
Sick.
Oh, get shocked. Seems like a great idea.
Mega Cool asks, hey, question. Are tariffs responsible for this consumer hardware shortage at all? Or is it really just because of stupid AI?
Just AI.
Tariffs aren't helping.
Yeah, but it's a shortage globally.
Yes.
So
tariffs are not helping.
No.
I can tell you that much. But the shortage is a much more macro problem that is not to do with a tantrum that a particular world leader is having at a particular moment.
Does this affect you guys as a channel? Absolutely. In
every day,
so many ways.
Constantly.
And every day. This hobby has never been more difficult to get into.
No, I actually wouldn't say that.
Ring true.
It's never been more frustrating to participate in.
Yes.
I'll say that.
Yeah. It was definitely a lot more difficult to get into in the much more further past.
In the AT days.
Yeah.
Where would you find resources to learn to build?
And I mean, there was laptops that were $3,000 in the early 90s.
Yeah, you go way back to the hobbyist days.
Yeah.
And I mean,
so never mind, ignore that part.
Even from a pricing standpoint,
but it sucks right now.
You can still buy a sick game. I mean, I told you we've got that $1,000 gaming PC video coming. You can still buy a sick gaming PC for $1,000. We went to David and I. This video is coming out really soon. I talked about this one. We went to Costco and we bought a great computer for $12.50 US or something like that. It's a very capable little gaming machine. AM5. Like modern platform gaming machine with what was it, 9600? I think it was the XT, 9600 XT. Perfectly cromulent gaming card. I played some Expedition 33 on it, and I was like, "Yep, this is a gaming PC," and that's really great. It's really amazing that you can get into it like that, but it's also really frustrating that we had it so good for so long, and it feels like it's been torn out of our fingers. And the reason is the hard part. If Moore's Law was just dead and everyone was doing their earnest best to overcome it, and the answer was fake frames, I think everyone would go, okay, sure. But
not everyone, but
not everyone, but I think you get what I mean.
Yeah.
But if the reason that this stuff is not affordable and the reason that we're going the direction that we're going is because, I don't know, you, Sam Altman needs more RAM, then I think that's a lot harder to swallow. It's a lot harder to be passionate about, to get excited about.
companies like WD are having 5% of their revenue be consumer. And you see more patterns like what Micron did happening, where these traditionally known in the Western market brands, that's how I'll say it, start kind of exiting. I'm not saying Western Digital's exiting, but Micron did for reasons that Western Digital is experiencing. So it wouldn't be unreasonable to see other brands do a similar thing. I think maybe in a really weird way, one of the saviors of the desktop PC market might be China.
Oh,
Because there is a consumer market.
yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
So like if certain brands are just going, well, all the money's in data center. Well, that's not true. It's just there's a crazy amount of money in data center. So like, I don't know. Somebody's going to step in, and there's a lot of very hungry Chinese companies trying to get into computer components. So like,
I think it was Hardware Unboxed that made a video on one of the Chinese DRAM companies. Hardware Unboxed, CM, or CX rather. Hold on, CXMT, XMT, YMTC. I think one of them did yeah. 32 gig KingBank KFRW DDR5 6000 CL36 Soar Blade CXMT review. Hardware Unboxed. And it was like fine, I guess. That could help, but I don't think they have a ton of capacity, at least not right now.
not right now.
Not right now.
I'm not talking about right now.
But that's the thing about China is how long did it take them to build hospitals during COVID?
Like days or something. China builds hospital in 10 days.
That was nuts.
That is nuts. That is nuts. And this is a different type of scaling and a different type of building and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But like, if there's opportunity there, somebody's going to chase it. And if the traditional brands are going data center, that doesn't mean consumers are out of the market, right? Like we're still here. There's still a big market. We're still hungry. We're interested in things.
There's still billions of dollars to be made selling to consumers.
And I think consumers are probably less loyal than data center is. If data center uses something and it works,
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
that's where you have all those quotes of like nobody was fired for buying IBM.
Yeah, dude. AMD has been, well, okay, it's not as cut and dried as AMD has been better than Intel in server for years, but they've been a very compelling option compared to Intel for years and years now, and how slowly that market share shifts compared to consumers who just seem to be able to, or willing to pivot a lot faster. It's less relationship and contract forecasting driven. It's more like I go and I see what's good right now. It's like recommended by my enthusiast buddy. I want more FPS, you know? Like it's a very different decision-making process.
Super Whisk says, how long until Nvidia just gives up on GeForce? I don't think they will. And my reason for that is largely geopolitical.
Really?
I think they are much more geopolitical than a lot of the other brands. I think, in my opinion, Nvidia is extremely invested in Taiwan's market dominance and wants to hold themselves there.
But why do they need gaming for that?
Because I think they would take anything they can. And if they can take data center and gaming and anything else, I think they'll grab it and hold on to it.
I think they will continue to make gaming GPUs, but for a different reason. I think that for many years, the gaming R&D fueled the data center products, and now we're seeing that kind of flip around where the data center R&D on things like machine learning is fueling advancements on the gaming side. But I think it's less about geopolitics, and I think it's less about Taiwan. And for me, I think it's more about tradition. I think there's, at least as long as NVIDIA's leadership remains as it is, I think there's a lot of ego and a lot of pride. And I don't necessarily even mean those in really negative ways. I think that GeForce dominates gaming is a point of personal pride.
Oh, absolutely.
And part of the origin story of NVIDIA, such that if...
This is definitely part, if not the majority of it, for
if
sure.
anyone were to challenge NVIDIA in what has been traditionally, for the longest period, their stomping ground, I think NVIDIA sees the gaming market as essentially their birthright at this point, and fuck anyone who tries to take it from them. I think they would cut open their money bags and bleed it rather than lose their dominant market share in gaming, quite frankly, because we've seen them do it. When AMD was competitive, they were willing to do anything. Sometimes it wasn't even just to sell more GeForce. It was to just over anyone who tries to dare sell a graphics card. And I don't even necessarily mean that in like a negative way. I mean that in a highly competitive way. They've done stuff that I would describe as anti-competitive, but what I'm talking about right now is the competitive spirit of NVIDIA. And sometimes that competitive spirit can lead them to do things that are anti-competitive, but it's not what I'm talking about right now.
It also feels like, yeah, I mean, I think this is fair. It feels like they have more of that than a lot of companies. NVIDIA feels very raw.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think Jensen takes it personally when like he loses market share.
Yeah,
and
like actually,
and that kind of passion is important from a leader. It's probably not a small part of NVIDIA's ongoing success. I mean, point at a company that has executed so consistently for like 20 plus years. When was NVIDIA founded? It was like 1990.
People also like notoriously don't quit, and
98?
like they have this internal culture of like re-education and internal classes that you can take and stuff because I don't know, it's all very interesting. I don't want to glaze NVIDIA too much when they do a lot of things I don't like, but yeah.
I mean, you can't deny that they're winners.
Yeah.
Speaking of winners, you can be a winner by learning about checkout messages or comms. Sorry, it took me a second to remember what they're called now. The way to interact
the mark of a great name.
The way to interact with the WAN Show is, of course, not through Super Chats, not through Twitch bits, but through checkout messages. We believe that when you throw money at your screen, you should get something in return. And in our case, it's high-quality merchandise from LTTStore.com. And the product we're launching this week is kind of a funny story. Do you want to bring up the page on the site? This is called the Schrödinger's Cat Patch Hoodie. Shout out to Matthew on the fashion team for coming up with the name because it's kind of genius. There may or there may not be an LTX logo under the cat patch. You can't see it, which means it's in a state of superposition until someone does something to test that theory, which we would strongly advise against because it would mean that your cat patch is no longer on your hoodie. If you've been around since the LTX days, you will recognize the tie-dye base of this particular hoodie. This is officially the last of those. Finally, we're done. And for anyone newer, it's our 100% French terry cotton hoodie, soft, breathable, structured, and now featuring this Schrödinger's cat patch on top. You can find it live now at lmg.gg/catpatchhoodie. So the reason for these is that our first batch of LTX 23 hoodies had the LTX logo crooked. It was aligned to, and you know what? Seriously, our printer has done so many perfect prints for us over the years that I don't even blame him, because it was aligned to something, but then something about the way the garment fit meant that when you wore it, it was like
angled.
It was angled off the relative to the floor. And so we had to reprint all of the hoodies for the show. Like, I think it was like 3 or 5 days before or something like that. I can't remember the exact timeline, but we had to reprint the hoodies. And then we spent years trying to figure out what the heck to do with those hoodies. No, the logo was not sewn on. It was silk screened. So the cat patch being sewn on is new. It's an upgrade. Look at this quality cat patch. I think this was Lisa's handiwork. Isn't it adorable? Anyway, it took us until now to figure out what to do with them. So this is your last chance to get the tie-dye hoodie, and it has a cute little cat patch on it, and Luke showed you guys how to find it on the site, and next he's going to show you guys how to send a merge message. He won't do that. I'm sorry, he will not do that. Oh, crap! He will show you how to send a checkout message. Bloody hell. Okay, all you got to do is add anything to your cart. Say, for example, the offsite laptop bag in a small size. Cool, neat. View cart, and there it is, the checkout message interface. That will go to producer Dan, who will put it up on stream, or he will respond to it, or he will curate it for me and Luke to respond to. Dan, should we show them a couple checkout messages and show them how it works?
Yeah, I've got a couple here. Let's have a look. Hey, DLL, question for Linus. Do you guys have a product list from oldest to newest? Would be useful for my project.
We are launching a new version of the site, I believe in Q2. I think that's the current roadmap. And then once that's done, we're going to be working on a product archive. And once that's done, we're going to be working on a way to allow people to kind of vote, maybe once a quarter or a couple times a year, on the top products they'd like to see us bring back. Because I know it's been an ongoing problem with LTTStore that we're always moving forward, never restocking things that are gone. And I think that's something that would be a way for us to kind of meet in the middle, because we can't carry every product that we ever made. That's not really realistic. But we can bring back some if there's enough demand for them.
Luke Nukem.
That's a...
Is that the whole...
The shirt.
Oh, that one's not coming back.
No.
You should have gotten one when you had the chance. I wear mine actually quite regularly on weekends.
So, like, not every product will be available to vote on then. Your super special ones.
It would be there, but that's never going to win.
It's not going to get enough votes.
Yeah, we did
We saw the sales numbers.
We did not sell many of those.
Yeah.
Hey, Luke, Linus, and Dan. Hello from Adelaide, Australia. What do you think of the new Pokemon FireRed Leaf Green release for Switch and Switch 2 news that dropped in the last 24 hours?
Did they seriously not put a space between two different words?
Fred.
So this is the Colton edition.
And that's just a good joke. And Leaf Green, yeah.
I don't know. What are they? Are they games? Are they the same game again?
Pokemon FireRed version.
Capture wild Pokemon and recapture the nostalgic feel of the Game Boy Advance system. When the Pokemon FireRed version and Leaf Green version games return for the first time in over 20 years on the Nintendo Switch, also playable on Switch 2, just in time for Pokemon Day. There's a lot to unpack here. In these Nintendo Switch versions of the 2004 remakes of the first Pokemon games, Red and Pokemon Green. So this is sorry. These are just so I understand.
Halfway to Skyrim right now.
For your toaster.
These are remakes of remakes.
It's a $20 GBA game, and every language is a unique listing on the eShop. So
you really do have to catch them all.
Emulators win again, I guess. There's like no way this is not one of the most easily emulatable games ever.
I don't know, man.
I've never done it, but I have to imagine it's like brain dead easy.
Pokemon Blue Master Race. That's all I have to say about that. Never cared about red or green. Sorry.
There's another Pokemon comment here somewhere.
Green wasn't like you're talking about the previous era.
Oh, I'm talking about like original Game Boy.
Yeah. Wasn't green like not a North American thing? I thought it was like Japan only or something.
Maybe. All I know is Pokemon
Is that
Blue
a weird rumor?
is the only Pokemon game I ever played, And from every conversation that I've had with a Pokemon fan about it,
that was the right choice.
they were like, yep, you had the experience.
Yep, good job.
And I played it on a Game Boy Color emulator. So I like got to see it in color, I think. Or was it? I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
You don't even need...
My nostalgia glasses say it was in color.
Sure.
It might not have been.
You're right. Green was Japan only. Yeah, okay.
Cool.
So for us, it was just red and blue, and then yellow came out, and that was like weird and yeah.
Grellwing says real Chads played yellow, but like yellow wasn't out yet, so I was just too OG for yellow. So
That's why I said it was weird.
Yeah.
Red and blue were first.
whatever.
I still have my cartridge of blue.
Nice, solid blue homies.
Yeah.
I got a follow-up Pokemon question for you both.
Seriously?
I think. Yeah, well, I mean, you might as well have two. Everybody seems to be care about Pokemon today.
Yeah, what's going
Luke,
on?
do you like Pokemon? I think you like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, WAN Show. Question for Luke. What is your favorite Pokemon? Are you looking forward to any potential announcements for the series' 30th anniversary?
No, I'm not looking forward to any potential announcements. I know that might suck, but like, I don't tend to like the mainline games anymore. I actually don't even like the game that I play. I think Pokemon Go is just like objectively a pretty bad game, other than the fact that it tends to usually incentivize going outside. And there's so few things that do that on your phone. And I think that is super, super cool. Gamifying going outside is fantastic.
While you finish this up, I got to go use water gun.
Sounds good. But the concepts around how the PvP works, I think are terrible. I think the rating system is in a lot of ways really bad. I think the max battle system is terrible. I think how they deal with catching, especially things that you technically paid money for in some way, is horrible. I think their event management is just trash. Like in so many ways, it's a terrible, terrible game that sucks. It's one of the reasons why when people are like, oh, you have to have remote rating because of like people who are immobilized. It's like, okay, I would highly recommend playing anything else because it's a terrible game. I guess I'm supposed to look over here. Sorry. If you're stuck at home, there's like near infinite other things that you could play that are just better. Like, you don't need to spend money, an extra amount of money to be able to play from your couch, to be able to play a bad game from your couch. The only good thing about Pokemon Go is that it gets you outside and that it gets you moving. So if you can't do one or either of those things, just play a better game. I would highly recommend playing just a definitely better game. That's my main stance there. The mainline Pokemon games, I bought whatever it's called, Scarlet or something. Oh man. Because I bought it, I've been kind of like forcing myself to play when I play on my Switch. It's starting to get better. The beginning was really, really slow, and it's starting to get a little bit better, but still it's like, I don't know. It is different. It's an open world game in a more real way than the original Pokemon was. I don't think they're that great. Hot take, I love ZA. I haven't played those ones. I haven't played a ton of them. I don't have really great takes on it. But anyways, in terms of announcements, I'm not particularly excited. I think people in the indie scene that are making semi-rip-off things are doing a much better job with the Pokemon IP than Pokemon is. I think that game, Poke MMO or whatever that was a long time ago, where you could play in your browser and it was like an MMO of FireRed or something. No idea. And you could see all these trainers around on the map. I'm wondering if Floatplane Chat's going to correct me on the name. But there was a pixel art game of Pokemon that was an MMO that I believe was in your browser. And that was like super cool and really fun and really hype, and then Pokemon killed it. Pal World was like a really interesting take on Pokemon that was actually really fun. Multiplayer in the same world. Wow, how has that not really been a thing? Having your Pokemon be able to like work with you to build things, like super cool. I think an actually official one for Pokemon would have been way better, and not having the guns and stuff, I think would have legitimately been better. I think Pal World needed to do stuff like that in order to not infringe too much. So hooray, that was definitely the right choice. But I would prefer to just play a first party one that was actually well made, but none of them exist. But yeah, people are saying Poka MMO. So yeah, apparently that. Let me see if I can find it. Poka MMO. What if there's still more? Oh, they have a website still. What the heck? Are they still alive? Wild. I thought they got like banned off of the everything. But yeah, like these experiences made by others have been better. So no, I'm not particularly interested about announcements. Favorite Pokemon? Kadabra. My reason for that was I never traded back in the day when I had my Pokemon Blue. I think we didn't have a link cable or something. I don't remember. But never really traded. And I remember above Misty's gym, you cross the bridge, you go to the left, and then you come back down. There's this patch of grass. And if you go up and up and up and up, up and down, 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 my brother told me you could catch an Abra in there. So I would go do that, and I would finally catch an Abra. And then if you do the old brutal EXP trick where you have to send the Abra out first and then swap out to something that can tank it, and you eventually get a Kadabra, that Kadabra will just hard carry you for like the entire game. Kadabra is sick in those old games. I found a lot of the Pokemon that you either needed to trade to evolve or that you had to get in weird ways were some of my favorite ones, like Gyarados, getting that Magikarp from the guy who thinks he's scamming you, and then you turn into a Magikarp. Fantastic Pokemon. Kadabra, Machoke, Graveler.
Why do you
Pokemon
keep
like
going
that.
for like
I always really
mid-tier
liked.
evolutions of these? You know,
I was
like
just
Alakazam?
explaining because I think we didn't have a link cable or something. So we couldn't trade to... Those ones required a trade to evolve.
Oh,
It was the
okay.
only way to do it.
You could get a Machamp.
No. I don't think so.
No,
Am I
you
wrong?
could. I'm pretty sure.
I thought you had to trade it.
By the way, weren't you going to ask me if it was very effective?
Was it very effective?
It was very effective. Super effective, even.
Very good. Very good. He went.
Am I wrong? They were trade only?
Water gun. Trade only. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I must just remember fighting them or something. In fairness to me,
yeah.
this was like 25 years ago.
You would have
or
fought
something.
them. I think there's a gym leader that has them or something.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, Machoke, you needed to trade in order to get him a champ. But then it would just give them a champ to the other person. Yeah, you could trade it back, but like, I don't know. Kadabra, in order to get Alakazam, you had to trade. In order to get Golem, you had to trade a Graveler. Those are the three that I really remember. Yeah, the other really cool one. Oh yeah, Gengar. That's why Haunter's my favorite one out of that chain. Is because to get Gengar, you had to trade. So I always really liked Haunter. That's why my one laptop was called Haunter and not Gengar. It's because Haunter's my favorite one because I was never able to trade up. And Haunter's also incredibly powerful in those games because Ghost is just like immune to a ton of attacks, which is crazy.
It wasn't a particularly balanced
No,
game.
not at all.
It was more about selling toys.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Kadabra has always been my favorite one. He's my hard carry. Yeah,
All right.
Sammy's favorite Pokemon is Gengar, which is pretty sick.
Solid.
It's so common for people to be like, Charizard or whatever. It's like, okay, I mean,
Pikachu.
that's cool. Yeah, Pikachu, Eevee, whatever. It's like, all right.
Okay, hold on.
What's your favorite Pokemon?
When did the Eevee obsession show up? Because like when
It's more modern.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
does Eevee feature really prominently in like modern shows and stuff or something? Or like
I don't know, but I know they pushed it a lot more. Like there's a ton more Eevee evolutions now.
oh dude, too. And like when I I got this like Pokemon find and seek like book for my kids. Some relative gave it to us or something. It was all like Eevee. I was like, Eevee, who cares about Eevee? I thought it's all Pikachu and like Charmander and Charizard and whatnot.
There's also like communities that kind of form behind different Eevees.
Tumblr, says Crystal.
Well, Tumblr, I think, was largely because Sylveon is a lot of people in the trans community because Sylveon has the trans colors. have bannered behind Sylveon.
Oh.
But then, like, similarly, there's like other Pokemon for reasons. People like Vaporeon. There's other stuff going on. But Eevee got more popular like way later on.
Okay, I would need to be
original
reminded.
Sprites. Let's go.
I need to be reminded of all the original Pokemon before I could pick a favorite.
I also really like Pidgeot.
I was about to say I low-key loved my Pidgeot.
They're actually awesome.
Yeah, by like late game Pidgeot is actually pretty solid. I actually kind of loved my Raticate.
I like that. I don't like Raticate, but I like that you like Raticate. I think that's cool. The Niddos are pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Kadabra! Let's go! I was a huge fan of Geodude.
Did not love this.
Catching early Geodudes? Yeah, me neither. Not really.
Didn't care about that. Geodude is sick when you
Geodude's
first
awesome.
recruit him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he just will one hit basically
Just
anything.
dunks.
Just hits so
and he'll
hard.
take so little damage from so many things.
Okay, I love horses, so therefore I immediately love Ponyta, but I just didn't really need it because by the time you get this, I think you have like a pretty solid.
Is that even in blue? I thought we had Growlithe.
Maybe not.
I don't remember which one. There's some Pokemon that aren't. You have to trade for them.
I think you can. Maybe you might fight a trainer or something that has.
You
it, though.
definitely do. There's the gamblers that have them. Those little old guys. They like their Ponytas. Don't ask why.
Man, there's more than I remember there being.
There's a Rhyhorn and Choyer in chat. That's based. That's a based favorite Pokemon.
These fighting guys are pretty cool, but I never really bothered with them. Blah 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 blah. I just really liked the design for this one. I don't think I ever had one.
They're cool. Man, I wish they did more with Ditto over the years.
And you'd have to have a heart of stone to not love Snorlax.
Very true.
Yeah, you know what? If I had to pick...
I really dislike a lot of the modern systems. I've often talked about how a lot of the modern Pokemon systems just make it feel like Digimon to me.
I don't even know what Digimon
Mega
is.
Mode EX. I don't like it. But but I do think Gigantamax Snorlax is awesome. The fact that he's just still sleeping on the road and just stuff grew on him, hilarious. But then they do stuff that's like, you might actually like this. Gigantamax Meowth is just he's just like buildings tall.
It's all very Power Rangers-y to me. I think that was probably my first exposure to like Japanese style fighting media.
Yeah.
Where the fight has 3 stages every time. You fight the putties, and then you fight the boss, and then you both level up and you fight again, and all of the foreplay was completely unnecessary.
Yeah, that's totally, yeah. Now there's megas and all this other junk. It gets a little ridiculous. And like, okay, I know anytime you make a compare, like you look at new Pokemon and you're like, why is there keys? Why is a set of keys a Pokemon? And people go, yeah, well, you can look at Gen 1 and there's like some silly garbage as well.
Is there though?
Porygon?
What's Porygon?
He's yeah.
Sorry, what's it called?
Porygon?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think that's Gen 1.
Yeah, yes.
How do I spell it?
Porygon. 100% Gen 1.
Oh, this. What is this?
This is my point. He's just like...
Oh, he's a duck.
He's just
he's a duck.
Some shapes.
No, he's a duck. He's a racist duck.
What are some other silly Gen 1 Pokemon?
There aren't really that many. I mean, I think
But my thing is like, for the most part, it was like, this is a mouse, except it's electric. Hooray.
Yeah.
Machoke is just like a jacked guy.
he's a jacked, like, kind of, well, okay, yeah.
Mr. Mime is just a creepy
Kind of a
guy.
Yeah. And, like, the gas one is like, so that we could have, like, a gaseous thing, obviously.
I have no problem with Ghastly, personally.
I thought Ditto was kind of, like, random.
Magnemite is just magnets.
What's the one that's,
Magneton
like...
is just a lot of magnets.
Yeah.
But I think, like, I am very cool with things like Onyx. It's a bunch of rocks in a row. Neat. Geodude, it's a single rock. It has arms for some reason. I don't care. Neat. I like stuff like that. I don't like, this is a space demon. I don't want that.
I'm just glad we're all passionate about it.
Yeah.
I'm glad people have things to be excited about.
Like, what is that? Why is that a Pokemon?
I think it's a lobster. What are these called? Lobster, eagle, scorpion.
Does that as a Gen 1 onlyer, does that feel like it belongs in Pokemon?
No.
Yeah, exactly. That's my problem with some of the new stuff.
And I will always be a Gen 1 onlyer because I'm sorry, but I just cannot be arsed to collect them all, more than 151
There's
things.
So many more.
Nope.
How many Pokemon are there total?
They just don't exist to me. There's 151 Pokemon. You're welcome.
So for the delusional people that think there's more than 151,
Yeah.
there's apparently 1,025.
That's crazy. It makes no sense.
That is crazy.
There's 121.
51.
151.
Mm-hmm.
No, you know what? Forget it. There's 121.
We're chopping 30 of them off.
Anything I had to trade for doesn't count.
Oh, man. Okay, how many people did we just bother? 152 Missigno. I like that.
Oh, that's no.
I like that. I
No,
like that.
no, the
I like
glitch
that.
doesn't count.
I like that.
Glitch, please.
My delusion is that there's 152. Alrighty then. What's next?
First,
We had
Apple.
a wedding. We fought about Pokemon.
First, Apple adopts RCS. Now it tests end-to-end encryption. In the latest iOS 26.4 beta build, Apple explains that it is now rolling out testing end-to-end encryption in RCS messaging on iPhone. Currently not shipping on certain devices and carriers, but the big news about this was that it is only testing the RCS encryption between iPhones, not between Androids. They're not saying that they will never support it on Android, but while other people are super negative about this, saying, well, isn't the point of RCS end-to-end encryption so that you can have encryption when you're texting with an Android acquaintance? I personally am choosing to believe that this is just the start, and they will roll end-to-end encryption to Android friends at some point, and so that's why I cared to talk about it.
Nice.
I'm in good faith, believing that Apple is going to continue to do the right thing and continue to move RCS forward. Speaking of good things that I'm super excited about, Android finally, after all these years, finally f***ing did it. Boom.
Whoa. Really?
Finally.
Android, not like Samsung or something?
Apparently. r/Pixel phones, Android 17, by the way.
Whoa.
Works for me. Pixel 10 Pro, Android 17. If it's in mainline Android, because I don't care about running a Pixel, but what I do care about is I want a Sony. I want an Xperia. I expect it won't have it yet. It's probably going to take a little bit. But when that propagates, I am like first in line. I'm going to import an Xperia from Japan, and I'm so ready. I'm so excited.
They're so good.
Yes, I know Samsung had this for so many years, but what if I wanted something other than Samsung? OnePlus also supports it. I believe nothing supports it. There are vendors that support it, but Google themselves hasn't supported it. And Samsung and Sony, to my knowledge, just kind of sticks as close to stock Android as possible and has not supported it. So I am super excited.
I'm on 16 right now and it's not here. So if it's 17,
17.
then I'll be getting it soon and I'll let you know. And then
Cool.
you can buy one too.
Yeah, there was commenters on the Reddit thread that was saying it's specifically Android 17.
And I still haven't wiped my old one for you to play with, Luke.
That's okay.
Yovo Azito asks, remind me, which side is the right side, Linus? You can always tell because the left hand makes an L. So this is the right. But if you meant correct side, the answer is that there is no correct side, which is why we need a choice. Depending on whether you're left or right-handed, depending on whether you prefer the task switching button being closer when you're holding it in your right hand or being closer when you're holding it in your left hand, that is completely personal preference, and there should never have been any reason that you should have had to choose. This is good. This is a win for user choice. All right. What else we got?
Let's see here. What is this?
Do you want more good news?
Why charge when you can use Why Charge?
Yeah.
Why Charge, a company that has been pioneering wireless charging, has announced their second batch for their wireless power kit. Huh.
So I did a short circuit on this thing a little while ago, and the difference, and the reason I wanted to highlight it again, is that it's way cheaper now. It was like a commercial-only solution not that long ago, and now they have support for the Schlage encode, which is, from my understanding, a much more popular smart lock. So you just take out the battery cover, put on the receiver module, boom, you never, ever charge your smart lock again. You don't put a battery in, you don't like have it just randomly die at an inopportune time and you have to use a key. It just has power forever. I've been using my like commercial one with the Alfred smart lock at my house. It just is always charged and will always be charged forever. It's super cool. We first covered these guys at Computex like 10 years ago, and it took them 5 ever to, whether it was funding or partnerships or development, to get this technology rolling, and it's finally happening. So they just seem like cool people who are finally catching a break, and I just wanted to highlight that. Good stuff. Oh, this one's less fun. The registry from Save the Life, a pet microchip company, became inaccessible when the company went out of business in January 2024. For those unfamiliar, pet microchips are simple RFID chips that produce a unique string of numbers when scanned. Databases like Save the Life link that identifier to pet information that vets can access. There was apparently very little notice of the shutdown, leaving many pets unknowingly unidentifiable to vets and shelters. Cincinnati Animal Care says it's found 65 dogs with useless chips. Only about half of their owners were found. Pets registered to Save the Life should re-register their chips number with another microchip company, which is usually free. This whole thing raised a whole bunch of questions for me. Namely, what was the f***ing point of putting a microchip in my pets? I've microchipped every one of my pets that I've ever had, thinking that like the idea was that they scanned it and the information was just there, readable in plain text, which I don't actually mind if somebody has my cat because I want it back.
I thought it was too.
So this was insane to me. I kind of understand like the privacy potentially of like an animal is roadkill and you go and you scan the microchip and what you get a girl's phone number that way. Like, come on, man. Like if it's an alternative to a collar or a tattoo, probably plain text would have been fine. What was the point of this?
Yikes.
So frustrating.
I hate that on like multiple levels.
Like I had hope, you know, that when the Bengal cats escaped, that someone would find them and they would eventually, even if someone stole them, they would eventually make their way to a vet, eventually get scanned, and I would eventually be contacted. But this whole ecosystem is just more stupid and fragmented than I could have than I realized. I guess I could have looked it up. I could have found this out. But I mean, Nowadays, we tattoo and microchip our animals, and we don't let them outside under any circumstances, so it hasn't been as much of a problem. The Bengals were also just escape artists. They just really wanted to get out. Rumble was able to jump up and hang off of the door handle to open the door, which is like, really? And when we had little kids, we had people like coming in and out, and then, yeah, anyway. That's history at this point. And it's a lot easier now. All of our cats that we have right now started their lives outdoors. And they are like fucking stoked to be inside. None of them try to get out. One of the kids left the door open for half an hour like a few weekends ago. And we were like, panic, cat check, everyone find all the cats. No one went anywhere near it. Especially the boys, Brownie and Noodle, are like, they lived outside until they were like old enough that I was worried that they would be difficult to socialize. And
Didn't the vet even have a concern about that? I thought there was something.
No, our vet was pretty chill about it. No, that was to do with whether they had feline HIV. We had to.
I knew there was some.
Yeah,
concern.
we had to isolate them from the other cats for quite a while before we could be sure that they didn't have like a dormant infection that could get the other cats or whatever.
Got it.
But yeah, they were outdoor cats for quite a while, and we caught them with like a live trap and brought them in and tried to socialize them. I shouldn't say tried.
Socialized.
With Brownie especially, very much socialized. Noodle's still a little bit skitterish. He was a wild thing at some point. And those guys especially are just like, nope. They hunted for their food when they were just little boys. And they are not into it.
Did they go particularly away from it?
From the door?
Yeah.
No, but they do. They're like not interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant when it was left open.
Whereas like some of the other ones, the two newer ones, they were just like little. They were born in like a shed. So they've never really had to hunt for anything because the family found them and fed them and took care of them and everything. So they'll
and haven't been hunted.
They'll sniff the outside and they'll be like kind of interested in it.
Or had the concern of being hunted.
No, they've never had to deal with that.
Corey is the name in Floatplane chat said, my cat is terrified of the concept of an outside existing.
Nice. Yeah. It's a lot easier to take care of them that way. Hey, do you want to talk about Zillow?
Yeah. Zillow launches a WoW-themed microsite as a marketing stunt. I saw this in my Google News and went, and then kept scrolling because I was like, there's no way that's actually real. The experience coincides with WoW introducing player housing for the first time, tied to the upcoming Midnight expansion. The microsite features both player-created homes and Blizzard-built homes, some with 3D tours. In a move that can only be described as savagely realistic,
I can't interface with
you
this.
can't actually buy the houses, but users can, hilariously, claim a free in-game Zillow-inspired doormat. The listings are written in character with fictional Zillow real estate agents. Given the current affordability and housing crisis, does this seem tone deaf on the part of Zillow and Blizzard, or is it just fun? It's definitely just fun. I mean, I don't care about it at all, but I'm sure it's fun for someone. But I don't think they're being tone deaf, dude. People are buying houses. It's just not most people. And like, no, I don't think they're just going to give you an entire house in the game for free. So a doormat is a collectible item that's still neat as a free thing, part of just a fun random promotional campaign. I think just don't think about it too much.
Okay, the site's responsive again for me now. Oh, dang it. Stopped working again. What the heck? Okay, well, whatever. That's kind of what it looks like. Good enough.
The site's working fine for me. That's weird.
Oh, here, I'll go to Luke's laptop.
Sure.
There you go. Rugged rustic.
These are actually like
Razorwind shores.
It's funny because the photos and the videos that I'm seeing for these are actually a lot better than most of the photos and videos that I see from realtors of actual homes. So that's kind of funny and kind of sad.
Where's the HDR?
Yeah, really. Bektar Don Hamar. That's actually awesome. Wow, this is so much. There's a floor plan. We are destroying most realtor posted homes. Oh my goodness.
Anything that lacks a floor plan is so annoying to me. All right.
Meet the owner. That's not very normal. Neat, fun.
Oh, speaking of neat and fun, we should talk about what's neat and fun on Floatplane.
Yes.
FB announcement. Please read all the way through before going off topic.
What?
What?
I don't think
What?
let's specifically go on off topic now.
What?
That wasn't the problem last time. The problem last time was that they put information that you needed at the beginning at the end.
Yeah. This week's theme is, how many resources can Sammy steal from the company before being fired? We got a deep look inside what a week at LMG looks like, with some LTT leaks. Sammy vlogged his entire week, showcasing things like how production shoots are scheduled, the behind the scenes on set, our camera setups, merching our videos, which is what we call it when we do packaging, so title, thumbnail, that kind of thing. It also includes a ton of insider info, including leaking an entire month of LTT content in the first minute. Okay. So that's this video. Oh, wow. People are loving this video. All right. Well, I'm glad that it was for something. We also have a refreshed Meet the Team with Mr. David Pankratz, the technical production assistant. Sammy made Pankratz fix his PC in this video because if it's for content, you're allowed to make not IT fix your things. Okay. That's good to know as well.
I think he means his personal computer.
What? Sammy.
I think that's what he means.
Yeah, that is not a workstation that we
Yeah.
provide to our employees.
And it doesn't look like he just fixed it. It looks like he upgraded it.
Oh, yeah, that's the case that's from inventory, right?
Okay. Where are the lines?
Oh, I
here?
see. It's signed out to Lost.
We also took in viewer questions, which we're looking for more questions featuring our new writer, Sean Frey. We took in viewer questions, which we're looking for more. I have no idea what he's talking about.
And we're looking for more?
Sure. Finally, we also have an early LTT video that went up a few days ago showcasing the Fluke II915. And you would have known this if you were a Floatplane subscriber. Keep an eye out for more early releases like this one, which will release right now.
Oh.
We're releasing the Costco video. Oh, that's not David's best thumbnail. You know what? I guess it's too late now. Cool. Linus and David buy a PC from Costco to answer one question. Is it the answer to rising PC prices or is it bait? I'm going to take the A out there. All right. Save. Boop. Subscribe now at lmg.gg/fpwan to fill your weekend with fun content. Also, we'll have a behind the scenes of DMS's wedding sometime next week. Seriously? All right. Sammy is like the embodiment of anything for the content. Seriously.
Good stuff.
Want to pick a topic?
Do we talk about DLSS again? There's 2 DLSS topics. It sounds similar. DLSS is too good now. YouTuber 2... We've talked about this guy before.
Klikphilip, yep.
Yeah. Klikphilip posted a video seeing how far they could push DLSS while still having I've seen this for sure. Quick recap for those who don't know. DLSS... Really? We're going into that? DLSS, or Deep Learning Super Sampling, is NVIDIA's Okay, yeah. Nvidia's image generation algorithm that allows gamers to render their games at lower resolutions, which are then upscaled to a more playable resolution while maintaining high frame rates. The YouTuber tested Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 at 20% render for 4K, meaning 764 by 430, all the way down to 1% scale or 38 by 22. Just 38 by 22
Pixels.
That's it. And it's impressive how well DLSS works now. And we have maybe a short thing, but you should go watch the video.
This is mind-blowing.
The fact that you could totally play that is nuts.
You could. Not
could.
well.
No. But you could.
Here is 136 by 76. So this is what, like 3%? Or something, or no, because it's probably not linear, because that's actually a much larger. It's like 3% in each dimension. But you guys should definitely check out this video. It's got like 500,000 views because it's awesome. Here, hold on. I'm just gonna.
When did this come out? Because I feel like I saw this a bit ago.
Yeah, here you go. So this is showing the difference between.
Yeah, this is 3 weeks old.
Yeah. So this is original versus the upscaled one.
It's genuinely pretty fascinating.
How it can take that and turn it into this, and turn it into this. Genuinely incredible. Like, there's a lot going on over here where I would have a hard time telling if this is my human eyes, if this is a path leading off this way, or if it's a shadow of this tree, or like what the crap this is supposed to be. How it managed to resolve any additional detail in the grass over here, mind-blowing. The way it kind of reconstructed the shadows and the lighting and the bark here based on this, again, mind-blowing. Pretty impressive. That was it. Just wanted to highlight that. Go watch Klikphilip's
a super
video.
cool video. I knew, I was like, man, I thought this was from a bit ago, but yeah, 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
I watched that a while ago.
Yeah, we never kind of talked about it. So guys, go check it out.
Really, really, really cool.
Noki just threw the link in the chat. So did Dan.
Nice.
Bookmark that for later because you're not
Good
done watching
call out,
WAN
Elijah.
Show.
I wouldn't have thought to put that in the doc, but that was awesome.
There's been a new world record set for the tiniest QR code. The source this time is Tom's Hardware. This is kind of incredible. You want to do the story?
Sure. With a pixel size of 49 nanometers, the smaller than a bacteria QR codes were created as a collaboration between Vienna University of Technology and data storage company Cerebi. Cerebi?
Sure.
The codes are less than half the size of the previous record and require an electron microscope to read. The achievement will enable greater densities in Cerebyte's. Yeah, Cerebyte makes more sense. I've heard of Cerebyte before. Cerebyte's ceramic storage, which they claim could enable very long-term storage with capacities up to 100 petabytes by 2030. And no, I actually didn't dyslexia that. There's just a typo. Discussion question. How much storage do you really need at home, for all those Linux ISOs? Well, there's been a lot of very musically focused Linux distros recently.
How big is that even, though?
Not 100 petabytes.
Yeah, like the Spotify rip was. I thought it was
like about a petabyte.
Yeah, 100 petabytes. I mean, recalling this data is extremely challenging. This is meant for my understanding is very long-term, resilient storage, like mass amounts of storage, and for that, we need a lot. But only if we care to preserve everything that's being created right now. But so much of it is slop that I kind of
so much of it I don't want.
Wonder if we don't really need to archive it
to be forgotten. Oh, really? I thought it was a petabyte. 300 terabytes.
That sounds right to me. I had in my brain 30 terabytes, and then I was like, yeah, it can't be enough. But I thought there was a 3 in it. Anyway, I thought this was cool. That's all. No notes for this one. Well, they put a few notes. Unreal Engine Tournament Unreal Tournament 2004. Okay. Who's responsible for calling it Unreal Engine Tournament? You know what? It doesn't matter. We're not going to name and shame. The point is, it was not called that. It was called Unreal Tournament. Unreal Tournament 2004 is now available for free, thanks to community collaboration. UT 2004, one of the greatest shooters of all time, just received its first public patch in over 20 years. This was made possible by Old Unreal, a community support project dedicated to keeping early Epic titles alive. This patch includes support for Windows, Linux, and macOS, along with various quality of life updates. Epic has given permission for them to host the original files, so they have an easy-to-use installer available. Super cool. Shout out Epic. Love to see it. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I found, just for people wondering, it's definitely 300 terabytes. I found some very early articles that seemed to just be kind of making up part of the story that said a petabyte, but it was confirmed for sure a lot of times that it's 300 terabytes.
All right.
Meta wants to... Meta wants to make your grandma immortal. A patent granted late in December outlines the use of an LLM to simulate a person's social media activity when the user takes a long break or is deceased. The document states that the impact on the users is much more severe and permanent if that user is deceased and can never return to the platform. No shit. Your new AI Nana could like, comment, and respond to DMs from beyond the grave, potentially even joining audio and video calls. Meta says the technology would be great for influencers who want to take a break from social media without giving up income.
Get rid of it, Dan.
Gone.
Thank you.
One of the crazy things is I saw this in my Google News feed probably 10 minutes after seeing somebody on Facebook. So I was jumping on Facebook, go to Marketplace. I saw somebody on Facebook who's definitely passed away that you know worked here. And that was like, you know, a sad moment to see them. I'm pretty happy that I didn't have a new message from them.
I have some relatives that are getting pretty close to the end. And the last thing that I want is fake real conversations with them. I'm instead taking time now to talk to them while I still can, and that's what we should do if possible. And if it's not possible, this is not the answer. Cool. Hey, but in other news, the Netherlands Defense Secretary said on a podcast that the F-35, like the warplane, can be jailbroken just like an iPhone, implying that European forces could maintain the aircraft software without US and Lockheed Martin support. Currently, the F-35 software is managed through Lockheed Martin's Autonomic Logistics Information System, which pushes updates to the fleet every year or two. European countries own the physical planes, but the US controls the software and update pipeline. Israel is currently the only country that has negotiated a deal with Lockheed Martin, allowing it to run its own software on the F-35 fleet. The comments came amid broader European fears that the US could remotely disable F-35 fleets. Oh boy, gonna butcher this. Joachim Schranshofer, head of comms at German defense contractor Hensoldt, previously said the idea of a remote kill switch was more than just a rumor. I gotta say, the main reason that I flagged this for the WAN Show was that while I realized that this was a problem on a telephone, and I realized that it was a problem on a tractor, I did not realize that this was a problem on a military jet.
Oh, yeah.
For how much you pay for them, you've got to be fucking kidding me that you can't just...
Oh, I thought you meant the remote kill switch.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah, that part, yeah.
That's insane.
Sure. Yeah.
How did we all, like, even at that level, accept that this is okay?
Can you make an F-35?
No.
That's why.
There are alternatives.
There's not a ton, and they would all have probably a similar problem.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, yes and no. I bet if everyone got together and basically just said, no, we will literally not buy any if you don't deal with this. How long do you think Lockheed would hold out?
I feel like they just try to hide it.
Ugh. I mean, that's a very military thing to do. Mm-hmm. In other German news, Acer and Asus have been blocked from selling PCs in Germany.
They could also just say, no, have fun being not superior.
Right.
Another angle they could take.
A German court has granted Nokia an injunction against the two firms selling desktops and laptops. Stock that's already in the country can still be sold. Nokia claims Acer, Asus, and TV maker Hisense are infringing on 3 patents related to the high-efficiency video codec HEVC, aka H.265. Hisense decided to enter a licensing agreement with Nokia in January, but Acer and Asus continue to fight the allegations in court. HEVC is considered a standard essential patent due to its widespread use, which means special rules apply to ensure the technology is broadly available while the patent holder is still fairly compensated. And that's it. That's why HEVC never really took off, because of stuff like this, which blows. In other news, Google suddenly cares about IP theft. This is hilarious.
Yeah. Where are we at? Where is that one? Top. Yeah, I think we've kind of talked about this one before. I don't know how old this is, but Google is accusing commercially motivated actors of trying to clone the proprietary logic behind Gemini AI. In other news, the entire world is accusing Google of slurping up proprietary... Yeah. Google says distillation attacks have agents querying Gemini up to 100,000 times to try to extract the underlying model. This is
hilarious.
This is also a thing that has been happening for a long time and has happened to other people as well, most notably OpenAI. Model distillation... okay. Model distillation attacks aren't a new thing. In early 2025, OpenAI suggested that Chinese startup DeepSeek had distilled OpenAI's models to create their own cheaper, more efficient model, which, as far as my understanding goes, is like effectively confirmed. But I don't actually know that. Where's the...
Nice.
Yeah, where's the line? How much does your company need to be worth to ignore the law?
I just think this is hilarious because IP theft matters immediately when it's their IP theft, and it doesn't matter that what underpins it was mass theft,
IP theft
on a scale that I don't think the world has ever seen before.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy.
Last topic. Harmful chemicals may be in your headphones? An EU environmental advocacy group called Tox-Free Life for All released a study that tested 81 pairs of headphones and supposedly found hazardous substances in all of them.
Gotta be careful.
The substances included known endocrine disruptors, which led to some highly sensationalized pieces suggesting that speakers would be better for your health compared to headphones if you are trying to avoid cancer. The study actually does seem to have some validity to it, but it mainly aimed to address companies that circumvent regulations with equally bad alternatives, since these chemicals are handled on a substance-by-substance basis. Not to mention that these chemicals are only an issue from cumulative long-term exposure across many kinds of plastics. Products like Apple AirPods Pro 2s and Sony WH-1000XM5s were rated safe. The real problems were knockoffs from marketplaces like Temu.
It's not surprising, but it's also like, dang, the ones that are safe are really expensive.
Okay, Riley sent me another kind of summary of this that I had sort of expected to be in the summary that was in the WAN Show doc. But basically, he was kind of saying that a lot of this is sort of extrapolating what may be a concern. So commenters have connected the headlines of that they might be using alternative chemicals that are less regulated, and that some of these chemicals still need to be like studied and connected these dots and gone like, oh no, all headphones are poisonous. And then meanwhile, the other side has gone completely other side of the pendulum swing and gone, that's such an overreaction that it must be completely safe and there is no problem. But as usual, the truth probably lies somewhere in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, I think it's time for After Dark.
I've got one more. Chat really wants me to talk about this one, or us, really. We've really kind of two more, I guess. YouTube went down. People wanted our comments on this.
Oh, that's bad.
I think we're both like, dang.
Whoops. They should not do that.
Yeah. It was, for me, it was really interesting for some people to see how compartmentalized certain systems are, because people were like, oh, like with direct links, I can still play videos, but like the homepage is down and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, these systems are really fascinating. But anyways, moving on from that, there's also this. We talked about it a little bit in the pre-show. Hackers exposed Discord age verification system issue after Persona front-end code was left wide open. We don't have topic notes on this, but... this is I think what I said in the pre-show was like, whoever did this, I want to shake your hand. Great work, congratulations.
You made your point,
and that's such a good point to make, and such important timing that you nailed it so fast.
This is why this is a problem.
Way to go, thank you. But yeah. This just goes to show that we need them to not collect data like this, because it's just going to go out there. Yeah. And again, just like we were talking last week, try some alternatives. Have a like fun random day with your friends where you're like, let's play 3 different games, and each time let's try a different voice chat service just for fun. And see how it goes. And even if you end up having both or something like that, at least start legitimizing alternatives. One of the biggest issues when you have markets like the voice chat market is there's only one thing that matters right now, and that sucks. And if we can even make it so that there's 2, that is such a massive gain. If we start legitimizing and make it normalized that there's other ones that people use, then Discord's market share will fall quickly. And that's a good idea.
The whole 3D printed guns thing is continuing to evolve. California bill would restrict 3D printer sales to state-approved models to prevent printing gun parts. Joins Washington and New York on legal offensive. Yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah. So,
first of all, it won't work. Second of all, rough. Because now there's all this insider collusion of companies bribing people to be on the approved list, and there's already an incredible amount of corruption in every single government everywhere. So that's definitely going to happen. I'm not even calling out America. It's just the world. If this was in Canada, the same thing would be a problem, especially BC. Hey. Yeah.
Yeah. After Dark?
Yes.
After Dark. Button. There we go. All right, up first. Hey, LLD and future me. Always watch VOD on Saturday mornings. What's the scariest thing about starting your own business, and how did you deal with that fear?
The scariest thing is not having money to eat and to pay the people who work for you, and your mortgage. And how did you deal with that fear? Work harder so that doesn't happen. I mean, it's a tale as old as time, right? There are advantages to entrepreneurship, and there are advantages to employment. Hitching your cart to a horse that has been walking for a long time and seems to have a lot of road out ahead of it offers security, while entrepreneurship can offer incredible opportunity. But I forget what percentage of businesses it is that fail in the first 5 years, but it's a lot. So it's not a guarantee, and it's not right for everyone, but it was right for me, and I'm glad it worked out the way that it did. Oh, I accidentally just archived the site. No, I didn't.
Nope, that was me.
Nice.
Hi, Linus and Luke. My grade school kids love gaming and learning about PC parts thanks to Astrobot. But Windows feels complex versus console/tablet/Chromebooks. Any tips for teaching them a quote-unquote real operating system?
You said they love learning. Just maybe try to make it fun.
Yeah, and I mean, realistically, I was kind of blown away by some of the stuff that my son was doing so that he could mod Minecraft and stuff. They just have to They have to have a reason to learn it. Otherwise, they're not going to bother. Windows is not that complicated these days if you are sufficiently motivated to do it. And kids' brains are so malleable. Do you see that kid that like destroyed the sub 3 second solve on a 3x3 Rubik's Cube recently? Kid's like 7 or something. I don't know how old he is.
7-year-olds with chess or Rubik's Cubes are terrifying.
Yeah, hold on. What's this kid's name? Teodor Zajder, 2.76 seconds. 2.76 seconds.
That's absurd.
7 years ago, this was a question. Will there ever be a sub 3? Sub 3 I could see as the very edge of possibility with an absurd solve. Well, 2.76. Like obliterated the record.
That's when you're getting down into that such a small amount of total time, that's an insane amount of time to chop off.
Blah, 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 blah.
This isn't it, is it? Yeah, there we go. It would have to be like at an event.
So he gets 15 seconds to look at it. Is that wild or what? Like,
wow.
I'm not a moron, but
You'll never do that.
I will never do that. No matter how hard I tried, no matter how long I worked at it. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
Saw a video ages ago, which was like a 6-sided CNC machine attached to a Rubik's Cube, and it did it in like 1 second. So it's like twice as fast as a computer-controlled robot.
Mind-blowing. CatOS says, I can solve in 5 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Scrappy DP, you'll also never kickflip. 100%. So give your kids credit. Don't baby them. They can figure it out. They just have to be sufficiently motivated.
Give them a project. It's like people say learn programming by making a calculator. No, find a problem.
Do something more interesting. Yeah.
Hi, gang. Thinking about...
Automate something around your house.
Yeah. Thinking about age verification, who do you think would be able to reliably figure out and implement safe age verification? Maybe Steam, maybe DEF CON.
Well, that's the whole point, is that you can't.
It's not going to happen. And we need to stop, like, chasing this weird dragon.
The only solution is for someone who already is tracking all of this, like the government, except I don't trust them to keep it safe.
No.
So, no, that's what I'm saying, though.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah,
by saying
like,
no.
Except I don't trust them to keep it safe any more than I would, even less, I'd say, than I would trust a corporate entity. So, since we can't do it safely, we need to just not do it. It's like asking, like...
And what's it all for?
Like, who could figure out how to reliably make it so that I can enjoy my crystal meth? How about we just don't crystal meth?
Yeah. It's the thing is, like, it's going to be circumvented anyways. Obviously.
Okay, this is pretty funny. Mick Bain says, Leisure Suit Larry solved that 35 years ago. Do you know what the age check was for Leisure Suit Larry? Just asked you questions that only older people would know the answer to. It wouldn't work in the age of Google and like ChatGPT or whatever. But here.
Maybe you have to like control, plain and simple. I mean, we've been control and data collection, but my thing is like, if you try to think of it positively, what is the gain? And the gain effectively doesn't exist because it's so la la land. It's like, okay, we can keep the kids from doing these bad things. Like, yeah, if they care, they're gonna go around it. Like, it's
Let's play a game. Tiptoe Through the Tulips was recorded by...
He plays the ukulele, very tall, very high voice.
I wouldn't be able to play this game. I'm looking at some of the questions. I would not be able to play this game.
I mean, you would know probably this one.
Yeah.
A kid probably wouldn't care at that time. Do you know what a neighbor jacket is?
Nope.
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Okay, I wouldn't have got that.
Tiny Tim. Damn. I'm upset about myself.
Does a pair of queens beat 3 deuces? I don't think so.
3 twos?
Yeah. I assume this is poker? Yes. In blackjack. Yes, in blackjack. Good gravy.
3 pair above 2 pair. I only know Balatro.
This is multiple choice, so
I
there
was
were
going
other...
to say,
Oh, you just have to
what jokers do you have?
type them in. Yeah. Is my banana still there or not?
Have I upgraded my
card?
Which is non-alcoholic? C. Perrier. Like, this was their solution to age verification, which is pretty based, actually.
That's so
pretty funny.
cool. That's so smart.
The result of Watergate was, back when scandals actually had consequences.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Any kid these days would just say nothing. Sorry, that was a little too real.
We paid them more money for some reason.
All right, Dan,
All right,
hit me.
moving on. Hi, DLL.
The result of Watergate was someone made a Watergate coin.
Oh. Watergate NFTs? Oh my god. This is a real world that we live in. Hi, DLL. Would you rather lose 5% of your personal data at random every year, no backups are allowed, or have 100% of your data perfectly preserved forever but completely unencrypted and publicly accessible?
5% gone. See ya. He's trying to calculate how much of it's leaked anyways.
A 100% of your data. When you say data, you got here. Help me out a little bit. Are we talking digital files?
I kind of took this as like your NAS at home.
That's how I took it as well.
Okay, but do I have a chance to scrub it first?
Oh, it's not like today. It's
Okay.
like if you want to store stuff in the future.
So I could go through and I could like remove any pictures of my passport that I took at some point to like send to Vant so he could book a flight.
But they would have to be deleted. You couldn't have them anywhere else.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
I think you could never store them ever either. I don't think you could take a picture of it.
No, I'd accept that going forward. I would just have to have like perfect digital hygiene.
But that would mean you could never take a picture under any circumstance of your passport. That's how I'm interpreting
I
this.
could message it to someone because it's the picture is only for convenience. My convenience, not the recipient too. So like honestly, it would make me more considerate.
I think that's not in the spirit of the question. It just says personal data. I interpret it as like things I would store on a NAS, but I think
Yeah, you're maybe going a bit too far.
taking a photo is personal data.
It would be saved on your phone and then it would be publicly accessible.
Yeah, so then I wouldn't take that picture anymore, is what I'm saying. Like I could send them text, but I wouldn't count that as like that. I wouldn't store that on a NAS. So does that count? Because I interpreted it as stored on a NAS, and that's what I'm even remotely considering. If we're talking every message that I ever send to anyone ever forever,
that is personal data technically.
Then okay, so which one is it?
I leaned more towards the NAS side. I think that was maybe a little more easily conceptualizable. Otherwise, everything else is just like, oh, well, let's just not use the internet.
You have like your taxes and stuff.
I mean, I don't think I keep that on my NAS. I don't do my taxes, so
I was
that
going to
helps.
say, does your wife?
Yeah, but that's not my personal data then. Like, I don't have it.
So I'm just losing 5%, but
Yeah.
you might be able to do the hundo. What about you, Dan?
I think it was on the NAS. I would. Man,
It's just personal data. I don't think you can be like just only the things I put on my NAS.
Okay.
They said personal data.
Then it's got to be the 5%, and I'll just take 5 of every picture and hope that.
Yeah,
Because for me, it's all about
just
pictures.
mathematically game it. Just buy a ton of extra hard
Yeah,
drives.
that's what I would do.
There's like
well, no, because I think
40 million pictures of one parking spot.
I don't know.
Well, that's
I think
your NAS.
if you think about, don't look at my camera roll either. I think maybe more in the spirit of like 5% of like, if you had 40 million of the same picture, you would lose that picture.
Yeah, probably.
It's all hashed,
disagree.
so if it's the same picture,
Disagree. I would just like...
You would gamble with it?
I'd hit my shutter 5 times every time.
So they're all slightly different photos.
Man,
Yeah.
I'd print photos. I think that would actually be a huge part of my countermeasures against this, is I would actually print photos.
Yeah, just go back. Interesting.
Because for me, anything else is like replaceable, but photos are not.
I think I'm going to do the 100%.
You're going to do the 100% and just put it all out there.
Because there's stuff that I would not want to lose. Like there's a lot of stuff that I cloud replicate nightly. It's kind of my super slide data.
You can't pirate anything anymore ever again. Not that you do.
Well, you can. People will just know.
Yeah, so then you can't.
Why not?
Because you get sued to oblivion.
Oh, come on, not in Canada.
There's no obfuscation, though. I think you still would.
I'll just
I don't think you
splice
can.
in some zip bombs. It'll be fine.
You can't be sued for pirating anything in Canada. That doesn't seem right.
No, I really don't think so. Someone, cause I'm not a lawyer, but like
This would be like an insane haven. Online piracy is a criminal offense in Canada.
Yeah, but what's the consequence for it? Like, someone would have to actually pursue it. And is that for downloading or is that for sharing?
I'm trying to look through it.
I think just leeching, you can't really get hit too hard for.
In 2022, 22.4% of Canadians access pirate services.
That sounds about right.
Let's go.
All right.
With all the tech prices, do you think Optane...
Apparently, thousands of Canadians every year are the targets of legal action based on piracy.
Yeah, but is that for redistribution? Because that's my understanding.
Doesn't seem too specific. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
With all of the tech prices, do you think Optane or ReadyBoost might make a return?
Not Optane, because Intel and
rip
what's the
Optane.
nuts? Micron
Yeah.
completely divorced over that whole thing. Man, Optane was so cool. But the concept of an SSD cache, I was actually thinking about that earlier as we were talking about hard drive and storage prices. It works really well.
It does.
It's kind of a very underrated solution to a problem that became not a problem, but is becoming a problem again.
Which is kind of neat, because I thought it was a fun solution as well.
I use it on my NAS.
It's fun. It's cool. It's interesting.
It's nifty.
It's neat.
I tried to buy an Optane drive because Linus was talking them up so much. And they were like $250 for a teeny tiny one when I was looking. And then,
Really?
Yeah, I think it was like right near the end or something. And yeah, I just got like a 128 gig SSD for like $1 at that time. Back in my day.
You can still get the 16 gig ones for like $10, 20 with delivery.
Yeah, I wasn't looking on eBay because I'm stupid.
All right. Here's 10 of the 16 gig ones for $53. Stuff like this is always confusing to me because I really don't think a lot of, well, obviously people bought them, right? But like they were never popular that I was aware of. So like they clearly produced them at a volume that like people have this many of them, you know? It's like, what? Who was buying these? Where did they come from? Where did they go?
Server offloading, I think.
Yeah, but like 16 gig for what?
I don't know.
What? Who put these in anything? What are we even talking about here?
No idea.
Yeah, right? Wild. Anyway.
Where do you see the line between a company's agency and the need to act upon the whims of a consumer base? I.e., why pressure Apple to support AirPods on Android if it's not the vision for the product?
Because they're Bluetooth headphones that benefit from the industry-wide standard that is Bluetooth. And in my mind, a basic part of a product is providing ongoing support, which Apple clearly agrees with, given that they actually do a phenomenal job, generally speaking, of providing ongoing software and firmware support for their products. And I fucking bought it. That's why. I bought it. It's mine. You have an obligation to warranty it and support it. And the fact that I didn't buy another one of your products is just utter arrogance. As for what their vision of the experience is, that's nice. But my vision of the experience is that when you provide a firmware update, I have a fucking way to apply it without buying another one of your products because I already fucking bought one. It's pretty simple to me. And the fact that anyone will put Apple's dong so far down their throat to defend something like that is mind-blowing. They don't know you. They don't know your name. They don't care about you. Stop defending bad behavior. If Google did the same thing or Samsung did the same thing, I would think it was ridiculous. If you buy the product, you are the customer and you should be supported. Full stop. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I'm thinking about switching to SteamOS on my main PC, but I have different monitors. Should I get all the same monitors or just wing it with the 3 I have now?
Wing it.
Wing it.
Save that money, son.
Yeah.
Does it not support mismatched monitors
Your
or something?
bezels, I think they just want their bezels to match. And like everything be even and the bases look the same. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Save that money.
Hey, LLD, thinking of building a 10 gigabit NAS. If I am running ZFS Z2 in TrueNAS, would I benefit from buying SAS drives with HBA? The HexOS X24 SAS drives are almost the same price with current pricing.
I wouldn't get SAS drives just because then you're limited to using SAS HBAs forever. And for a home user, the benefit of SAS is just not going to materialize. I would go SATA, assuming that the cost is equal. The only way that I would go SAS as a home user is if for some reason there was like a lot, like not like a large quantity, like an auction lot, like a bunch of SAS drives, and they were an amazing deal, like way cheaper, so much cheaper that I could buy a SAS HBA and the backup, and that would be all my storage that I needed because.
I don't see that happening right now.
Yeah, that's not going to happen right now. But that would be the only way that you would get me to go SAS. If I was just buying new drives, I would go SATA for sure, every time.
This is like, oh man.
If you don't know why you need SAS, you don't need it.
So someone was talking earlier, I don't remember why I had this thought, but somebody was talking earlier about like, oh yeah, like buying new stuff right now sucks, but like the used market's always there. Man, the used market sucks right now.
Yeah, it does.
The used market is terrible right now.
This is great. Crystal's still talking about the Apple firmware update thing. She goes, if you pay for an escort, you shouldn't be the one doing the deep throating, basically. You are the customer. Assert your rights.
Well, it kind of depends, I guess.
I mean, if you're into it, I'm not going to yuck your yum or whatever. But
Some people might be into that with Apple. There are people that are
really
into
big.
Financial... Yeah.
Financial abuse kink? Like what?
No, that's a thing.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Findom.
Yeah.
That's not like financial.
No, it is.
What?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Shut up.
Yeah, people might be that way with Apple. Yeah, look at chat. That's okay.
Findom. Oh, I thought you said femdom.
No.
You can have both.
Findom?
I think usually it is
It
both.
usually is both, yeah.
Pay pig. It involves a power dynamic where the sub
It would need to.
willingly relinquishes financial control, often without any sexual contact, sometimes through online platforms. The sub will often be insulted using terms like tribute or draining. This is wild.
So, maybe people like that about Apple.
Avon Fox says, Linus, how are you so online and yet often so not? Why would I go looking for this? How could I possibly come across this?
I didn't go looking for this.
He's already got a wife
Are you
that does
sure?
all his taxes
100%
and
sure.
handles all his money.
You're going to say, are you sure to me? You think I, of all people, would be into something like that? Are you kidding me?
Here's all my money that you won't spend.
0% chance.
I don't mean went looking for it to
It's like
engage
as
in it.
far away from me as possible.
I could see you finding your way through a Wikipedia wormhole of like weird kinks or something. I could see it.
Yeah, sure. I just think if you're looking at like if you know those like political spectrum grids,
Yeah.
if there's like my interests and this, we're like
100%.
opposite corners.
100%. This is so bizarre to me. Like I think
I don't get it.
I think I've had a pretty clear stance that like sex work is work, and I'm not like, as long as everyone's adult and consenting and whatever, I think, you know, sex acts.
This is being paid to go shopping, which is also work.
Whatever works for your
Apparently
relationship.
they just keep the stuff.
Okay, whatever works for your relationship. You know what? I'm not gonna judge. I keep my nose out of your business. You keep your nose out of mine. Everything's good. Everything's chill. But this is fucked up.
I'm gonna try to not yuck your yum, but I'm definitely gonna go.
Yeah. Okay. Could I narrow my eyes enough to express my eye narrowness for this one?
What are you doing?
It's like if you're gonna hire a sex worker, like it's right in the name, innit?
Yeah, you're missing part.
You might as well at least get laid.
But then it would be a glucose guardian situation.
What the hell's a glucose guardian?
Gender neutral term for sugar daddy.
Shut up! No.
It's current.
What?
It's current year.
Is that real? Did you just come up with that?
No, I did not.
Oh my god!
It's current year. You're gonna be gender neutral. Come on, it's fine.
Oh man. Oh.
Them babies gotta, have love too.
Woo.
I mean, what?
I'm gonna turn into a Minecraft villager. All right.
I actually had a follow-up question about SAS drives.
Sure. Yeah. Maybe just get us out of here.
I have like a bucket of SAS interposers at home. Is that also something that could be experimented with?
This is you personally?
Yeah, me personally. Because I bought one of those Facebook servers, I think, or something like that. So I've got like, what the hell was it called? I can't remember.
They're port multipliers, right?
It's something like that. It kind of converts SATA drives into SAS drives and vice versa.
Oh.
It might only be one direction. It might just be SATA to SAS.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So that would only be if you have SAS HBAs or like a SAS
Might have been
JBOT or
SATA.
something.
But if they were SATA to SAS drives, would that be something to consider if you wanted to like flirt with the idea of SAS drives?
I wouldn't flirt with SAS drives. I don't care about them for home NAS use. What now?
No Huss and Floatplane Chaz. This is the stream DMS's kids will see when they watch when they see their parents' wedding.
They won't watch the whole thing. It'll be fine.
We talk about Glucose Guardians and Fin Dom.
Hey, it's after dark.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
This is also the first inaugural stream on LMG Clips.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We never even mentioned that. We're migrating the WAN Show to the LMG Clips channel over the next little while. So we're going to be simultaneously streaming on both channels for some amount of time, and then eventually it's going to go LMG Clips exclusive as we migrate it off of the main LTT channel.
I've been hanging out with them. They're super chill.
Oh yeah, there's like 350 people watching over there.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah, so
Nice.
you're going to want to get in the habit of watching over on LMG Clips sometime over the next little bit.
I will
Yes,
open
LMG
that
Clips
chat
will be
as well
rebranded
in the future.
Kevin says, "Oh, please no." What difference would that make? No, you're watching on Floatplane, Kevin. It's not going to affect you. This is for YouTube, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Just to clarify, this only affects YouTube viewers. Yes, Floatplane forever. Relax, everyone. Okay, well, my brain hurts. Final merch message.
Sure.
Calm. Damn it. Thanks for that. Are you going to read it, Dan?
I was just letting a beat play out there.
Thank you. Appreciate
Greetings,
that.
all. Is there any update on the light switches in Linus's home? Did they get all of the kinks worked out yet?
The new ones are here. I haven't installed them yet. I will. But there's just a lot of stuff going on. Yes, this is an adequate media thing, David Easy. We need to get the show off of an LMG owned channel and migrate a channel that's like kind of worthless right now to adequate media. Merch message, you mean pay pig post?
I like it.
Send me your PPs.
I don't think it can because you get the product.
Yeah.
If you bought it and for some reason Linus got it, then I think that would make sense.
What if we just sent them nothing?
Yeah, can they just like buy me screwdrivers?
Is that like?
What do I have to do?
Oh no,
with those
that's just
screwdrivers?
bits.
I think nothing in this scenario.
You sure?
I think you can do whatever you want. I don't know though.
What if I want to do really weird stuff with it?
Then I think you'd probably get more people.
We'll see you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Bye.